Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well on this Monday evening or whenever you watch. We're going to get back to our 1983 Strat-O-Matic baseball card and dice tournament with my original Strat-O-Matic set. And we're in the Sweet 16, round 13. And this game pits my beloved Boston Red Sox versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Red Sox are the 13th seed. They won their way in from the second round. They are 78 and 84. The Dodgers are a 4 seed in the Sweet 16. They are 91 and 71. Bobby Ojeda is on the mound for the Boston Red Sox. Bob Welch on the mound for the Dodgers. At the ballpark here in Los Angeles is Jack Dawson. Please check out his wonderful channel. He has a PBA Pro Bowling video up, and that's using the PlayStation 4. It's absolutely marvelous. I'm about halfway through it, and he also has tremendous bowling. He's a bowler, a pretty good bowler in real life. So please check out our good friend Jack Dawson. All right, let's get to the starting lineups and roll some Strat-O-Matic baseball. We're playing advanced. This is our 1983 tournament. We're in the Sweet 16. The winner advances to the Elite Eight between the Red Sox and the Dodgers. For the Boston Red Sox, leading things off is Wade Boggs. He'll play third base. Jerry Remy will be at second base, batting second. In left field is Jim Rice. Rice will bat third. The cleanup hitter is Dwight Evans. He's out in right field. Tony Armas patrols center field for the Boston Red Sox. He will bat fifth. Behind the plate doing the catching, batting sixth, is Rich Gedman from Worcester, Massachusetts. Captain Carl Yastrzemski, in his final year in professional baseball, will be the designated hitter and bats seventh. Batting eighth is the first baseman Dave Stapleton. Batting ninth, playing shortstop, Glenn Hoffman. For the Dodgers, batting first, playing second base, is Steve Sachs. Bill Russell, no, not the basketball player, the shortstop, bats second and plays short. Pedro Guerrero will man the hot corner for the Dodgers and bat third. The cleanup hitter is Mike Marshall, and he is the designated hitter. Batting fifth in left field, Dusty Baker. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Darrell Thomas. Batting seventh behind the plate, using the tools of ignorance, Steve Yeager. Batting eighth at first base is Greg Brock. Batting ninth in center field, Kenny Landreau. Doing the pitching for the Dodgers is Bob Welch. Captain Carl is here in Los Angeles. Hope all is well, my friend. Thank you for joining us. So Bobby Ojeda is on the mound for the Red Sox. His record was 12 and 7 with a 4.04 earned run average. He walked 73, struck out 94, and gave up 15 homers. For the hometown Los Angeles Dodgers, it's Bob Welch, 15 and 12, 2.65, 13 homers, 156 strikeouts, and 72 walks. And striding to the plate is Wade Boggs, left-handed batting third baseman. Boggs in 83 batted .361, 5 homers, 7 triples, and 44 doubles. Jerry Remy on deck. Righty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch from Welch to Wade Boggs. Ball game is on its way. 5-6. Left-handed batter. 5-6 and a 14. And that's a single to center. So Wade Boggs on the 5-6. Split of a 14 is a single. 1 through 6 would have been a double, but Boggs singles to lead things off for the Red Sox. Boggs is a D-stealer. He'll not be held on until 2 outs at first, if he's still there. And here's Jerry Remy, the second baseman for the Red Sox. Remy, .275, no homers, 5 triples, and 16 doubles. He's an A bunter. Jim Rice is on deck. Remy will bunt. They're playing for the bunt, so he'll become a B bunter. We roll the 2 red die. That's a good one. That is a 4 on a B. Welch fields it. His only plays to first. And advancing to second on the sack bunt is Wade Boggs. So the Red Sox playing a little small ball here. Sack bunt. 1-3. So 1 out. Boggs at second base after the sacrifice by Jerry Redmond. Here comes Jim Rice. Rice in 1983, 305, 39 homers, 1 triple, and 34 doubles. Dwight Evans on deck. Righty-righty matchup. Yeager sets the target to pitch to Jim Ed Rice. 3-4. Will it close the door on Rice? Righty-righty. 3-4. Hard hit ball to third. Up with it is Guerrero. He throws to Brock. 2 down. Holding at second is Boggs. So that's 5-3 if you're scoring at home. At the ballpark, we see Philip Reynolds and Larry Harris. Thank you for joining us, Philip and Larry. Hope all is well with you two fine gents. I'll bring up Dwight Evans. Boggs will be held close with 2 outs, so he'll only be a +1, 1 through 13. Here comes Dewey, the right fielder for the Red Sox. Winner advances to the Elite Eight. 238, 22 homers, 4 triples, and 19 doubles. Tony Armas on deck. Welch gets the sign. He kicks and deals to Dwight Evans. 3-7, righty-righty matchup. 3-7, swing and a miss. Evans chased the high heat. Boggs is stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the first, scoreless here in L.A. Due up for the Dodgers, Sachs, Russell, and Guerrero. And they'll face Bobby Ojeda. Bobby Ojeda, left-handed thrower. And here's Steve Sachs. You remember when he went to the Yankees? He couldn't throw to first base anymore. Or did that happen when he was with the Dodgers? I know Chuck Knobloch, the same thing happened. Sachs batted .281, 5 homers, 5 triples, and 18 doubles. Bill Russell is on deck. The lefty Bobby Ojeda gets the sign from Gedman. The pitch to Steve Sachs, 5-8. Right-handed batter, 5-8. Ground ball to short, and that's the Glenn Hoffman. He's a 2 defender. Flip the fielding chart. He's a 2 defender, and we rolled a 20. So a 2 and a 20. Hoffman fields it cleanly, and he'll throw to first, 1 down. As Hoffman throws to Stapleton, Sachs is retired 6-3. Amish Elvis is here at the ballpark. How you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us. So 1 out, no one on for Bill Russell, the Dodgers shortstop. Russell, 246, 1 homer, 1 triple, and 13 doubles. Vote for Pedro Guerrero is on deck. Ojeda rocks and deals to Bill Russell. 3-5. Righty-righty matchup. Righty-lefty matchup. 3-5. 3-5. Ground ball to third. Up with it is Boggs. He throws to Stapleton. 2 down. So there's 2 outs. Base is empty. And here's Pedro Guerrero. Guerrero, 298 in 1983. 32 homers, 6 triples, and 28 doubles. Power hitting first baseman Mike Marshall on deck. Ojeda looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Here's the pitch to Pedro Guerrero. 6-5. Right-handed batter. 6-5. Fly ball, shallow right. Evans coming in and making the catch, and the side is retired. Guerrero over anxious on that breaking pitch. So 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. We go the top of the second. No score here in L.A. The winner advances to the Elite Eight. So Ojeda retires them in order. Due up for the Red Sox in the top of the second, Armas, Gedman, and Yastrzemski to face Bob Welch. Here's Tony Armas. 218, 36 homers, 2 triples, and 23 doubles. Left-handed catcher on deck, Rich Gedman. Yeager wiggles the fingers. Welch is ready. He deals to Tony Armas. 2-4 to Tony Armas. Righty-righty matchup. 2-4. One hopper to third. Russell fires to Brock. 1 down. And I'll bring up the left-handed batting catcher, Rich Gedman, Worcester, Massachusetts native. 294, 2 home runs, 1 triple, and 16 doubles. Right, thrice Aroni, a card collecting treat. Check out that wonderful card collecting channel. Hope all is well. So here's the pitch to Gedman. Welch fires in a 3-7. Right-handed pitcher. 3-7. Swing and a miss. Gedman chases high and away. Second strikeout for Bob Welch. 2 outs, no one on for Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Yeah, last year in baseball, 1983, he batted .266, 10 homers, no triples, and 24 doubles. Stapleton on deck. Yastrzemski, bat held high. Here's the pitch from Welch to Yaz. 2-2, how do you do? 2-2, right-handed pitcher, pops up to second base. Sachs waits for it. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the second, still scoreless in L.A. The winner advances to the Elite Eight between the 83 Red Sox and the 83 Dodgers. Due up for the Dodgers, Mike Marshall, Dusty Baker, and Darrell Thomas. No score, Thrice Aroni. Bottom of the second, no score. Dodgers are up at the plate. Mike Marshall, 284, 17 homers, 1 triple, and 17 doubles, will face the left-handed throwing Bobby Ojeda. Ojeda would go on to be on the 86 Mets World Series team. Enough said about that. Here's the pitch to Mike Marshall. Dodgers also had a pitcher in 74 named Mike Marshall, and he won the Cy Young. He was a relief pitcher. 5-4 to Mike Marshall, right-handed batter. 5-4. And that ball is launched to center field. Armas goes racing back, but it's going to be off the wall. And that's a leadoff double for Mike Marshall in the 5-4. We roll to 17. A 1 through 16 would have been a homer. 17 through 20 is a double. So Marshall just misses a homer here to lead off things in the bottom of the second. But he gets a double. He's in scoring position with no outs. And here comes Dusty Baker, the left fielder. Baker, 260, 15 homers, 1 triple, and 25 doubles. Marshall will be held close at second, -1, so he's 1 through 12. Here's the pitch to Dusty Baker from Bobby Ojeda. 6-8. Right-handed batter. 6-8. Fly ball, left field. Going back a bit is Rice. He makes the catch. Marshall retreats back to second, so 1 down. As Baker flies out to his counterpart, Jim Rice. And here comes a switch-hitting Darrell Thomas. He's playing right field today for the Dodgers. 250, 2 homers, 6 triples, and 6 doubles. Steve Yeager, the catcher, on deck. Thomas will bat righty against the left-handed throwing Bobby Ojeda. Gedman pounds the mitt, sets the target. The pitch to Darrell Thomas. 5-8. 5-8. Ground ball to short. And Glenn Hoffman, he's a 2 defender. And that's a 2. And a 3. A backhand, a long throw. And dug out of the dirt by Stapleton. 2 down. That's a ground ball C. Advancing to third now with 2 outs is Marshall. 6-3. Thomas is erased. And Marshall's 90 feet away with 2 outs from giving the Dodgers a 1-0 lead. It'll be up to the catcher Steve Yeager to knock him in. Yeager, the number 7 batter, 203, 15 homers, 3 triples, and 8 doubles. Lefty Greg Brock on deck. Ojeda, 1 out away from getting out of this mini mess. He deals to Steve Yeager. 5-6, pick up some sticks. Right-handed batter, 5-6, And a 5. That's a single to center. 1-0 Dodgers. Trotting in from third is Mike Marshall. So Steve Yeager comes through in the clutch. As again, that was a 5-6. Double with a 1, but we rolled a 5. 2 through 20 is a single. So Marshall scores. 1-0 Dodgers. Yeager's at first. Slow as dirt. Will be held close, though. He'll only be a +1. So 1 through 12. Here comes the number 8 batter. First baseman, left-handed batting, Greg Brock. 224, 20 homers, 2 triples, and 14 doubles. Kenny Landreau, the center fielder, on deck. Ojeda deals to Greg Brock. 6-4. Does it close the door? Lefty-lefty matchup. 6-4. This will be a play for Rich Gedman. The catcher, Gedman, is a 4 when it comes to defensive range. That is not bueno. And we rolled a 2. So a 4 and a 2 is a pass ball. Advancing to second is Yeager. So with 2 outs, Yeager's in scoring position. Here's the pitch to Brock again. He's jammed. It's a pop-up. Waiting for it to come down. Gedman discards his mask. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. But the Dodgers score first on the RBI single by Yeager. We go to the top of the third, 1-0 Los Angeles. Brock pops out to the catcher. Due up for the Red Sox, Stapleton, Hoffman, the top of the order, Wade Boggs. A nifty little pitcher's duel so far here in Los Angeles. Here's Dave Stapleton, the first baseman. Stapleton in 83 batted .247, 10 homers, 1 triple, and 31 doubles. Glenn Hoffman on deck. Stapleton a righty. Welch rocks and deals. Righty-righty matchup. 5-9. 5-9. Slowly hit ball to second. Sachs charges it. Flips to first. 1 down. Stapleton's retired 4-3. Now I'll bring up the shortstop for the Red Sox, Glenn Hoffman. In 83, batted .260, 4 homers, 1 triple, and 24 doubles. Wade Boggs is on deck. Welch nods his head. The windup and the pitch to Glenn Hoffman. 4-11. Righty-righty matchup. 4-11. Fly ball out to Dusty Baker in left. That's a defense check. Baker is a 2 defender. And we rolled a 5. So a 2 and a 5. He makes the running catch going towards the line. That's 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down. And now the top of the order, Wade Boggs. He's singled. Reached second base his first time up, and that's where he stood. Boggs awaits the Welch offering. Pitch homeward bound to Wade Boggs. Welch fires in. 5s across the board. That's a 5-10. Boggs is a lefty. 5-10. This play will be to Steve Yeager. He's a 2 defender. And we rolled a 7. So a 2 and a 7's a pop-up. Yeager moves to his left, discharges his mask, makes the catch, and the Red Sox go very quietly in the top of the third. 1, 2, 3. We go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Dodgers. Boggs is now 1 for 2. Welch has only given up 1 hit. That was a leadoff single to Boggs to start the game. Due up for the Dodgers, Kenny Landreau. Then the top of the order, Steve Sachs and Bill Russell. Landreau, left-handed batting center fielder, 281, 17 homers, 3 triples, and 25 doubles, but struggles against left-handed pitching. Ojeda gets the sign from Gedman. Here's the pitch to Kenny Landreau, former Minnesota Twin. 2-7 to Landreau. Lefty-lefty matchup. 2-7. Strike 3 looking. Froze him with the curve. And that's Bobby Ojeda's first strikeout. Here comes Steve Sachs, the second baseman. He grounded out to short. The pitch to Sachs from Ojeda. 5-6. Right-handed batter. 5-6 and a 5, and that's a single. as Sachs waits on the breaking pitch and singles to center. Sachs is now 1 for 2. Sachs is a double-A stealer. He'll be off to the races. We will hold him. So a double-A stealer is a -2, but Gedman has a god-awful arm of a +2, so it's neutral. It zeroes itself out. So that's 1 through 17. There goes Sachs. Here's the throw, and he just gets in there. It's a 17. He just slides under the tag. Remy thought he had him, still complaining, but they're not going to change the call. So with 1 out, Sachs is in scoring position for the shortstop Bill Russell at the plate. It was a quick release, an accurate throw by Gedman, but Sachs just beat it. Here's Billy Russell. Russell grounded to third. 1-0 Dodgers. Chance to make it 2-0 Dodgers. Sachs will be held close. He's a -1 now. 1 through 16. Ojeda peeks over his shoulder. Now gets the sign at the plate. The windup and the pitch to Bill Russell. 6-11. Right-handed batter. 6-11. Ground ball to short and Hoffman. Hoffman is a 2 defender, as we know. Flip the chart, and that's a 6. So it's going to be a 2 and a 6 for the shortstop. 2-6. He's up with it. And he fires to first. Holding at second is Sachs, as the ball was hit hard to the left side. So Russell grounds out to his counterpart, Glenn Hoffman. 2 outs. Sachs will be off on contact. He now becomes a +1, 1 through 18. 1-0 Dodgers. Here comes vote for Pedro Guerrero. Guerrero flew out to Evans in right. Again, Ojeda peeks over his shoulder. Remy cheats towards the bag, now back to his position. Here's the pitch to Pedro Guerrero, 1-4. Does it close the door on Pedro Guerrero? Left-handed pitcher, 1-4. Swing and a miss! On the curveball in the dirt, Gedman applies the tag, and the side is retired. Let's double-check that. 1-4. That's a strikeout against the left-handed pitcher. So Ojeda pitches out of the mini jam. We're through 3. We go the top of the 4th, still 1-0 Dodgers. Red Sox hanging around here. They want to make a trip to that Elite 8. And here comes Jerry Remy. He'll be followed by Jim Rice and Dwight Evans. Remy had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. The pitch from Welch to Jerry Remy. 3-7. 3-7. Single to center. Remy singles to center. Tying run at first in Jerry Remy. He's a C stealer. They will hold him on. It's not going anywhere. Here comes Jim Ed Rice. Rice grounded hard to third. One swing of his mighty bat to give the Red Sox a 2-1 lead. Welch takes a deep breath. He rocks and deals to Jim Rice. 2-5. Righty, 2-5. Boom goes the ball. Rice sends that into orbit. Deep center field. Landro just turns and looks to the moon, Alice. To the moon. It is 2-1 Red Sox. On the 2-5, righty, an outright homer. Rice trots around the bases, bippity-boppity boom, and just like that, the Red Sox are up 1. What a shot by Jim Ed Rice. Destroyed that ball to center. He jumped all over that fastball and sent it packing. So a home run for Rice gives the Red Sox a 2-1 lead. Yeager goes out to have a word with Bob Welch. Now back behind the plate. So there's no outs, and here comes Dwight Evans. Can they go back-to-back jacks? The Red Sox can mash a bit. Evans struck out his first time up. The pitch homeward bound to Dwight Evans. Welch fires in a 1-8. 1-8. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Evans. He was trying to go back-to-back jacks. He caught nothing but air. So that's 1 down. 2-1 Red Sox, top of the 4th. If you're just joining us, Rice just hit a 2-run homer after the Remy single. Here's Tony Armas, the center fielder. He grounded to short. He's got a lot of pop in that bat. Only batted .218, though. Yeager wiggles the fingers. Welch quickly nods his head. He kicks and deals to Tony Armas. 2-5 to Tony. Righty-righty matchup. 2-5. Ball hit to short again. Russell gobbles it up. Throws to first. And there's 2 away. So the second time Armas is grounded out to Russell at short. Base is empty now for the left-handed batting catcher, Rich Gedman. Gedman was a strikeout victim. Welch has struck out 3, looking for 4. Hoping to close the door. Here's the pitch to Rich Gedman. Welch tosses up a 2-10 to Gedman. Right-handed pitcher, 2-10 and a 19. Line shot right at Sachs, and the side is retired. 1-9 would have been a single. 10-20, a line out to the second baseman, Sachs. But the Red Sox get 2 on the 2-run homer by Rice, and they lead as we go to the bottom of the 4th for the first time, 2-1 Boston. Due up for the Dodgers, now trailing by 1. Marshall, Baker, and Darrell Thomas. To face Bobby Ojeda. Ojeda is good for 6 until point of weakness comes into play, and Welch good for 7. Marshall doubled and scored on the Yeager single back in the bottom of the 2nd. Here's the pitch of the power-hitting first baseman Mike Marshall. Ojeda tosses up some junk. That's a 4-12. 4-12. Ground ball back to Ojeda. Throws to Stapleton. 1 down as Marshall beat the junk into the dirt. Scoring at home 1-3. And here's Dusty Baker, the left fielder. He flew out to his counterpart, Jim Rice, who just hit the homer. Baker pinwheels the bat. Ojeda nods his head. The pitch to Baker. 1-6 to Dusty Baker. Left-handed pitcher. 1-6. That's a walk. Good at bat by Baker. Didn't chase in the dirt. Didn't expand the strike zone. So a 1-out walk to Dusty Baker. He's a C stealer. -3 plus 2 is a -1. 1-10. He's not going anywhere. And they'll hold him on, so it'll be a -1 when running the base paths 1-11. Here's Darrell Thomas, switch hitter, batting righty. Thomas grounded to short. Ojeda and the Red Sox hoping for the pitcher's best friend, the double play ball. Pitch homeward bound to Darrell Thomas. 6-8. Right-handed batter. 6-8. Fly ball lifted out to left. Rice moving back to his right. Makes the catch. Retreating back to first is Dusty Baker. They're 2 down. Darrell Thomas is now 0 for 2. Baker will be off on contact. It'll be a +1, 1-13. Here's Steve Yeager. He knocked in the only run on a single with 2 outs. Can he do it again? Can he get a bippity-boppity-boom? Ojeda deals to Yeager. Baker off on contact with 2 outs. That's a 5-7. Right-handed batter, 5-7. Swing and a miss. Curveball gets him. The side is retired. That is Bobby Ojeda's 3rd strikeout. We go to the top of the 5th, 2-1 Boston. Due up for the Red Sox, Yastrzemski, Stapleton, and Hoffman, the bottom 3rd of the order. Dodgers look like they do struggle against left-handed pitching. But we have no lefties in the pen, so we're going to try to ride Bobby Ojeda as long as we can. Peter Griffin, how you doing, my friend? Thank you for joining us. Tribes fans here. Check out that wonderful channel. He says good evening to the FOC. Here comes Yaz. Carl Yastrzemski popped out to second. Welch is ready. The pitch to Yastrzemski. 3-4. 3-4. Ground ball to short. Russell throws to first, and that's out number 1. Yastrzemski's 0 for 2. Red Sox first baseman Dave Stapleton strides to the plate. He grounded out to Steve Sax in his first plate appearance. The pitch to Stapleton. Welch fires in a 2-9. Righty. 2-9. Line shot right at Sax. Stapleton hit it on the screws, but there are 2 away, just like Gedman did in the prior inning. Both times right at Steve Sax. So 2 up, 2 down. For the number 9 batter, Glenn Hoffman, the shortstop, flew out to Dusty Baker in his first plate appearance. Welch, arms down to his chest. The windup and the pitch to Glenn Hoffman. 3-5 to Hoffman, righty-righty matchup. 3-5, ground ball to Russell. Russell throws to Brock at first, rinse and repeat. The side is retired. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox. We go to the bottom of the 5th, still 2-1 Boston. Due up for the Dodgers, Brock, Landro in the top of the order, Steve Sax. It is a pitcher's duel here in L.A. between Welch and Bobby Ojeda, the left-hander, for the Red Sox. Brock popped out to Gedman in his first plate appearance. They're both lefties, Brock and Landro. That's why they're down at the bottom of the order. Here's the pitch from Ojeda to Greg Brock. 4-9. Lefty-lefty matchup. 4-9. Gedman tries to frame the pitch, but he will not get the call. Ball 4. Tying runs at first in Greg Brock. He'd go on to play with the Milwaukee Brewers also. Brock is a C stealer. He'll be held close. And here comes Kenny Landro. He's a C bunter. He's not going to bunt, though, because they would play for the bunt. He'd be a D bunter. He's swinging away. He was a strikeout victim to Ojeda. Red Sox open for 2. Ojeda looks to first. Now he deals to Kenny Landro. 4-6. Pick up some sticks. Lefty-lefty matchup. 4-6. Single to center. So Landro sits back on that breaking pitch. Lefty-lefty 4-6. That's a single to center. Brock 1-13. Armas has a -4 arm. He's not going anywhere. He'll go station to station. So with no outs, there are 2 on. Brock's at second. Landro's at first. Brock represents a tying run at second. Landro, a speedy runner at first, represents the go-ahead run. And here comes Steve Sax. Sax has grounded to short, singled and stolen a base. He's an A bunter. They're going to play for the bunt. He's going to bunt, so it'll be a B bunter. Here's the pitch. He squares. Corner's charging. That's a 3. That could be a hit. What a bunt by Sax. A B and a 3. And Sax beats it out. That is a bunt base hit. You can't drop that bunt any better. The bases are juiced. Sax is now 2 for 3. On the bunt single. Brock goes to third. Landro to second. Bases are loaded. No outs. Red Sox will play for 2. They'll give up the run. What a bunt by Steve Sax. And here's Bill Russell. They're playing for 2. Russell's an A bunter. Would they squeeze? They're not playing for the squeeze. They're playing for 2. Would they squeeze with Russell? The squeeze play, he would stay an A bunter. Success. 2 through 8 is success on the squeeze. 2 through 8. Will we go with the squeeze? They're going to let Russell swing away. The pitch to Bill Russell. Son of a bitch, we rolled snake eyes. Well, 5-2, how do you do? Right-handed batter, 5-2, ground ball B. Ground ball B. They are playing for 2. They won't turn it, though. And the tying run scores. Brock from third. Because on the ground ball B, the batter is safe. Runner at first is out. So they get the middle runner, but they can't turn 2. Beating it out is Russell. And he'll get an RBI and tie the game up on the fielder's choice. So out at second is Sachs. That's the first out of the inning. Landreau goes to third. And Russell, who got the RBIs, at first on the fielder's choice. And the fielder's choice goes 1-6. If they couldn't turn 2, the run would have scored anyway, but no RBI, and there would have been 2 outs. So Brock scores. Sachs is erased on the force out at second, and Russell is at first. 2-2 ball game. 1 out. Again, the Red Sox will play for 2, and here's Pedro Guerrero. First and third. The pitch to Pedro. Pedro is 0 for 2. He's flown to right and struck out. Ojeda trying to come up big here. That's a 3-6. Left-handed pitcher. 3-6. Ball 4. Oh, boy. Ojeda has loaded them up once again. Advancing to second is Russell. Landreau's at third. And now Guerrero, after the walk, is at first. A double play will get him out of the inning. Red Sox start to get some bullpen action. Here's Mike Marshall, the righty. Marshall is 1 for 2. He's doubled and scored. And grounded back to the pitcher. Ojeda and the Red Sox hoping for 2. Bases juice. Here's the pitch to Mike Marshall. 3-7. Left-handed pitcher. 3-7. Swing and a miss. He expands the zone on the breaking ball. So there are 2 outs. Ojeda has now struck out 4. 2-2 ball game. Bases juiced. 2 outs. And here's Dusty Baker trying to give the Dodgers the lead here. Baker has flown to Rice and walked. No place to put Dusty. Gedman has a word with Ojeda, now back behind the plate. Squats down, sets the target. Ojeda takes a deep breath. Arms down to his chest. He kicks and deals to Dusty Baker. 2 outs, bases juiced. 4-7. Right-handed batter. 4-7. Ball 4. Ojeda has just walked in the go-ahead run on the 4-7. Trotting in from third is Kenny Landreau. The Dodgers take a 3-2 lead. And Baker will pick up an RBI from the bases-loaded walk. Russell goes to third. Guerrero to second. Baker occupies first. Again, Gedman goes out to the mound. He better say something different than he said last time. It sure didn't help. And here's Darrell Thomas, switch hitter, batting righty. Thomas is 0 for 2. 3-2. Dodgers, 2 outs, bases juiced. They're hoping to break this thing open here in the bottom of the 5th. As Ojeda has just walked in the go-ahead run. Here's the pitch to Darrell Thomas. Switch hitter batting righty. That's a 6-9. 6-9. Fly ball center field. Armas going back at the track. He makes the catch and the side is retired. But Bobby Ojeda sort of falls apart in that inning. The Dodgers get 2. We go to the top of the 6th. LA 3. Boston 2. Winner advances to the Elite 8. Due up for the Red Sox, top of the order, Boggs, Remy, and Rice. The 2 runs came for the Red Sox and a 2-run homer by Jimmy Rice in the top of the 4th. Gave the Red Sox a 2-1 lead, which stood up until the prior bottom of the 5th. Bob Welch back up on the mound for the Dodgers. Here's Wade Boggs. Boggs is 1 for 2, a single, and the pop out to the catcher. The pitch to Boggs. Welch fires in a 4-6, left-handed batter. 4-6 and an 8. That's a single. 1 through 8's a single. Line shot past the dive of Russell into left center. So Boggs picks up his second hit. Both of them have been singles. Tying runs at first. He's a slow runner. He will not be held on until 2 outs. And here comes Jerry Remy. The Rem Dog has a sac bunt, a single, and he scored ahead of the Rice homer. Remy will lay the bunt down again. They're playing for the bunt. He becomes a B bunter. That's a 7. That should be good. 7 and under the B column. Charging and fielding it is Brock. He turns and throws to Sachs, covering at first on the wheel play. So there's 1 out. But the tying run, Wade Boggs, advances to second. Red Sox playing some small ball here. They're not known for that. Another sac bunt for Jerry Remy. He does his J-O-B. He's retired 3-4. So there's 1 out. Boggs is at second. They'll hold him close because he's in scoring position. And with 1 out, it's a -1. So he's 1 through 13. When it comes to advancing on bases after a hit. And here comes Jim Rice. If he jacks another 2-run homer, Red Sox will have a 4-3 lead. First base is open. Evans on deck. Welch deals to Rice, hoping for different results from the last at-bat. That's a 6-11 righty-righty matchup. 6-11 ground ball back to Bob Welch. And we rolled a 19. Welch is a 2 fielder. So a 2 and a 19. A slowly hit ball. Welch charges it. His only plays to first. Advancing to third on the ground ball C is Wade Boggs. So with 2 outs, Boggs stands 90 feet away from tying this ball game. Welch wins that skirmish with Rice as he's retired 1-3. So 2 outs, and it's up to Dwight Evans to tie this ball game up. 3-2 lead, Dodgers. Evans has struck out twice. Welch looking for the hat trick. Evans doesn't want it. Here's the pitch homeward bound by Bob Welch, and that's a 1-6. Pick up some sticks. Righty-righty, 1-6. Swing and a miss! Evans goes down via the K for the 3rd time. The Red Sox strand the tying run at third. We go to the bottom of the 6th, 3-2 LA. Welch pumps his fist. And Tommy Lasorda's ecstatic in that Dodger dugout. Yeah. Evans just shakes his head. Tough day at the plate, striking out 3 times. So now we come to the point of weakness check for Bobby Ojeda. The bottom of the 6th. He'll face the bottom third, Yeager, Brock, and Landreau. They've given him trouble here. Yeager's 1 for 2. He singled in a ribby and struck out. Ojeda deals to the right-handed batting catcher, Steve Yeager, 5-8. Righty, 5-8. Ground ball to short, and Glenn Hoffman, he's a 2 defender. We rolled a 15. Flip the chart. 2-15. Hoffman fields it, throws to Stapleton, 1 down. Yeager's now 1 for 3. Ojeda trying to keep this a 1-run deficit. Again, 3 hits in the point of weakness inning, and he becomes fatigued. Here's Greg Brock, left-handed batting. First baseman is 0 for 1. He's popped out to Gedman. He's walked and scored in the prior inning where Ojeda really just came apart. The pitch from Bobby Ojeda to Greg Brock, 6-10. Lefty-lefty. 6-10, ground ball to Hoffman. He's a 2 defender. We rolled a 16. 2, 16. He's up with it. And again, he fires to Stapleton. Rinse and repeat. 2 up, 2 down. Red Sox throw the ball around the infield. And here's Kenny Landreau with the bases empty and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 lead Dodgers. Landreau has struck out, singled, and scored. On deck, Steve Sax. Ojeda nods his head. He rocks and deals to Kenny Landreau, the former Minnesota Twin. That's a 1-7 lefty-lefty. 1-7. That's a walk. That walk bugaboo has hurt Bobby Ojeda. That cost him a run, if not 2, in the prior inning. So Landreau's at first. He's an ace stealer. They will hold him on. That's a -2. But Gedman has a +2 arm, so that becomes a 0 effect. 1 through 15. There goes Kenny Landreau. There's the throw down. That's a 9. He is safe. A second stolen base for the Dodgers on the arm of Rich Gedman. Stolen base for Kenny Landreau. He's in scoring position for Steve Sax. Sax is 2 for 3. He's grounded to short, singled, stolen a base, and then what looked to be a sac bunt, he beat it out for an infield hit. Landreau will be held close, with 2 outs. He's actually a +1. It's -1, +2 for 2 outs, so he's 1 through 16. First base is open. Russell is on deck. Russell has an RBI on a fielder's choice. They're going to walk Sax intentionally to face Russell, the weaker hitter, at least on paper. So they walk Sax intentionally, first and second. 2 outs. Intentional walk does not count towards point of weakness. And here's Bill Russell. Russell's grounded to third, grounded to short, and then got an RBI and a fielder's choice when Ojeda threw to Hoffman, but they couldn't turn 2 as Russell beat the relay throw to first. 3-2, Dodgers. Here's the pitch to Bill Russell, hoping to add more to the Dodgers lead. That's a 2-7. 2-7, ground ball to short. His counterpart, Hoffman, gobbles it up like a kid with candy. He throws to Stapleton, and the side is retired. Hoffman to Stapleton 3 times. And the Dodgers strand 2. Let's double check on that. 2-7, left-handed pitcher. 2-7, ground ball to short. Inning over. So Bobby Ojeda pitches out of it. And now if he gives up a combination of 3 hits or a walk in the next inning, he hits point of fatigue. We go to the top of the 7th. Still 3-2 Dodgers. Quite a good one out here in La La Land. The upstart Red Sox want to make it to the Elite 8 and possibly a date with destiny and the New York Yankees. Stanley and Oil Can Boyd warm in the Red Sox pen. Bruce Hurst pitched in the first game of the tournament for the Red Sox in their victory. So it's Armas, Gedman, and Yastrzemski. Armas is 0 for 2. 2 ground outs to Russell at short, excuse me. Armas, lots of pop in that bat. Tony had 36 homers. Only a .218 batting average, though. Welch does not want to make a mistake to Tony Armas, the former Oakland Athletic. He nods his head. He deals to Tony Armas. 4-7, righty-righty matchup. 4-7, swing and a miss. He blew the high heat by him, and that is strikeout number 5 for Bob Welch. 3 of them via Dwight Evans' swing and miss. So that's 1 down, and here comes Rich Gedman. Gedman's been a strikeout victim and also lined to sacks. Digs in that left-hander's batter's box. He awaits the Welch offering. Here's the pitch to Rich Gedman, the catcher. 3-9. Right-handed pitcher. 3-9. Ground ball to first, fielded by Brock. He tosses to Welch, covering the bag, and that's out number 2. Gedman is now 0 for 3. Scoring at home, 3-1. on that defensive play. And here comes Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Last year in baseball, Yaz has popped out to second and grounded to Russell at short. Yaz had 10 homers in 83. Can he tie it up? Yeager goes through the signs. Welch nods his head. He pitches to Captain Carl Yastrzemski. 1-9. 1-9 and a 3. And that is a single over the leaping second baseman Steve Sachs. 1 through 17 is a line drive single. 18 through 20 would have been a great play. But Yastrzemski singles. He's now 1 for 3. That was his column. That's his good column. Home runs on 2, 3, and a skinny home run on 4, 1 through 2. But it would have been a double, 3 through 20. But Yaz is on. And we're in the top of the 7th. Yaz is a 1 through 8 runner. So you know what's coming, folks. Let's look for a pinch runner for Captain Carl Yastrzemski. I hate to do it, but the Red Sox are down 1, 3-2. 2 outs, top of the 7th. The Dodgers lead this game. The winner advances to the Elite 8. No to Gary Allenson. Eddie Urax 1 through 13. Reed Nichols 1 through 16. So we know we're going with Nichols. Miller 1 through 14. So Reed Nichols will pinch run and stay in to DH. So it's going to be Nichols. The pinch run. He'll stay in to be the DH. He's a C stealer, B bunter, and a C hit and run. And again, 1 through 16. A very good defensive outfielder. Pinch runner. Yastrzemski's out of the game. He kept the inning alive. That's all you can ask for Captain Carl. And he did it. So this is Welch's point of weakness check. He's given up 1 hit so far. And here's Dave Stapleton. Stapleton had 10 home runs. Can Stapleton go yard and give the Red Sox a 4-3 lead? That would silence this Dodger crowd here in LA. Welch has a quick word with Yeager. They will hold Reed Nichols on. So with 2 outs, he's only a +1, 1 through 17. Yeager sets the target to pitch to Stapleton. Can the Red Sox first baseman come through in the clutch? That's a 3-10. Righty-righty matchup. 3-10. Single to left. So Stapleton, righty-righty, 3-10. That's a single to left. The left fielder is Dusty Baker. He has a -1 arm. They will hold Nichols at second. So Nichols is at second. Stapleton's at first. 1 more hit or walk. And Welch hits his point of weakness. The Dodgers have relievers in the bullpen warming. They look like they're ready. It's Steve Howe from the left side and Tom Niedenfuhrer from the right side. Hoffman coming to the plate. Howe, 1.44 earned run average. Welch 50-50 against lefties or righties. Howe, if you roll on his card, 73% that something bad's going to happen. Well, I mean, a chance of something bad to happen. I shouldn't say 73%. You know, he does better against lefties than righties, obviously. Niedenfuhrer, 53-46. And he had a 1.90. And that's it. They're going to lift Welch. Lasorda's made the call for Tom Niedenfuhrer. The Niedenfuhrer. So Tom Niedenfuhrer will come into the game. Bob Welch goes 6 2/3. He gives up a single to Yastrzemski. Nichols comes in to pinch run and a single to Stapleton. Hoffman will await the arrival of Tom Niedenfuhrer. So here's Tom Niedenfuhrer. Spell that name. Niedenfuer. I'd like to buy a vowel, please. And he's good for 2 innings before point of weakness. So the second inning in relief will be point of weakness check. And he comes in the 7th. Welch is responsible for Yastrzemski and Stapleton. He can still lose this game. For Nichols, who pinch ran for Yastrzemski. Nichols is the tying run. Stapleton's the go-ahead run. Here's Niedenfuhrer. Once again, 8-3, 1.90 earned run average. He struck out 66, walked 29, gave up 6 gopher balls in 95 innings. Howe still in the pen. Glenn Hoffman is 0 for 2. Hoffman has flown to left and grounded to short. We really can't take Hoffman out. Oh, God, who would play short? Would Remy go to short? Let's just say, I think Remy can play short. If we go to Rick Miller for the pinch hitter. No, he can't. Who the heck is our back? Oh, Urak. Ed Urak. It would be Eddie Urak. Will they go to the lefty, Rick Miller? Yep, Urak would play short. 73 off righties. Miller, 82. Here comes Rick Miller. Rick Miller has grabbed a helmet and a bat. He's on the on-deck circle. So it'll be Rick Miller to face Tom Niedenfuhrer. And Eddie Urak will come in to play short. So Ed Urak, we're going to keep his card out over here. And here comes Rick Miller. Glenn Hoffman's day is done. He was 0 for 2. Wade Boggs is on deck. So here's the lefty, Rick Miller. Red Sox spinning the wheels here, trying to stay in this tournament. They're down by 1, 3-2, 2 outs, first and second. Tying run, Reed Nichols at second. Go-ahead run, Dave Stapleton at first. Rick Miller, 286, 2 homers, 2 triples, and 10 doubles. Niedenfuhrer, done with his warm-up tosses. Here's Ricky Miller. Yeager behind the plate, wiggles the finger, sets the target. 2 outs, 2 on, 3-2 Dodgers. The pitch homeward bound by Niedenfuhrer to Rick Miller. That's a 1-8. Right-handed pitcher. 1-8-2. Boom goes the ball! Rick Miller launches that ball down the right field line. It is a 3-run homer. The Red Sox take the lead. The Red Sox take the lead 5-3. Niedenfuhrer dies in the bunker as Rick Miller bippity-boppity booms around the base paths. And the sounds of silence here in L.A. A 3-run pinch hit homer by Rick Miller. And let's just double check. I hope it's... Okay, 1-8. 1-8. Home run 1 through 7. It's a 2. Boom goes the ball. And Ricky Miller touches them all. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. Rick Miller has done it. Now, let's just see for ha-ha's sake what Glenn Hoffman would have done. Ooh, he would have singled. But you know what? A homer is better than a single. That's for sure. So Hoffman would have got a single, but Rick Miller homers. Wow. So the pinch hitter, that's a pinch hitter, Rick Miller, a la Bernie Carbo, Game 6 of the World Series. It's a 3-run shot. And the Red Sox take the lead 5-3. Tommy Lasorda, he's distraught in the dugout. That's 3 ribbies for Ricky Miller. Ricky, don't lose my number. Bum ba bum ba bum ba bum ba bum. Bum ba bum ba bum bum. Bum bum bum. So Eddie Urich will come into play short, but Rick Miller's still in the game if they bat around. Here comes Wade Boggs, and this crowd is stunned. This crowd is stunned. Wow. All right, here's Wade Boggs. Boggs is 2 for 3. 5-3 Red Sox. The pitch from Niedenfuhr to Boggs. 6-5. Boggs is a lefty. 6-5 and a 16. Fly ball deep down the right field line. On the run, making the dive in the corner. And did he make the catch? Yes! Darrell Thomas shows the ball in the glove, and the side is retired. Niedenfuhr needed a lot of help from his friends there. But the Red Sox get 3 on the pinch hit home run by Ricky, don't lose my number, Miller. So that's a great play by Darrell Thomas in right. 3 runs. The Red Sox have scored all 5 runs on homers. A 2-run homer by Jim Ed Rice and a 3-run pinch hit homer by Rick Miller. Now, do we want to play Miller at first? He's a god-awful first baseman. We're not going to do that. So Miller's out of the game. We only have Gary Allenson on the bench. There's no injuries, so we don't have to worry about that to a catcher. And Eddie Urich will come in. We got to get his defensive numbers in here. So that was a pinch hit. Wow. Wow. That's a wow. So here's Ed Urich. And, of course, this was my first experience with Strat. They cut the freaking card. So, like, see that, Ed Urich? I was really pissed as a kid. Can you guys see that? They cut the top of the card. Yeah. I called them. They didn't care. I wrote a letter. They didn't care. But I have to say Strat has got slightly better with the customer service, at least the last 2 times I've called. So Eddie Urich, he's a 3 and a 46 or a 48. Do they have a 40? I think he's a 46. Where's the shortstop? God, that's awful. He's a 48. Holy poop. That's a 48. There is no 46. Wow. He's an error machine at short. That's not good. But that's the only guy we have to put in there. Stapleton used to be able to play short when he came up, but no longer. I thought maybe we could put Remy at short, but no rating. I mean, we could put anyone at short, but... All right, so let's all hope we don't hit the ball to Ed Urich. Though Hoffman was a busy beaver at short. And a lot of them went to that fielding chart. So this is going to be ugly, folks. This 2-run lead could dissipate quite easily with Ed Urich at short. So now we're going to go shortstop Ed Urich. That's Jurak. And he's at short. And he's a 4. E48. That's wow. D stealer. B bunter. D hit and run. And he runs 1 through 13. Well, you had to make that move. So Boggs made the last out in the top of the 7th. Okay. And we're going to stick with Bobby Ojeda. Let's just look what he did in the 6th. He gave up a walk. So 3 more hits or walks, that combination. But he's a lefty, and they have trouble against lefties, the Dodgers. So we're going to stick with Ojeda. I don't have any lefty relievers in this set. Mark Cleary, I don't think he's a lefty, and he stinks. I'm pretty sure he's a righty. He's awful for the Red Sox, Mark Clear. Yeah, he's a righty. In the pen, we have Clear, Boyd, and Stanley. They're all righties. So we're going to stick with Ojeda. And the Dodgers will send up Guerrero, Marshall, and Baker down by 2. Pedro Guerrero has walked, struck out, and flown to right. Here's the pitch from Ojeda to Pedro Guerrero. 6-4. Right-handed batter. 6-4. This will be a play to Gedman. Rich Gedman is a 4 defender. We rolled an 11. Flip the chart. 4. 11. We go to the error rating. He's a 15, E15. Roll the 2 red die, E15. That's a 5. That's not going to be good. E15. No, it's bad. It's an error. So Gedman flubs the number in front of the plate. That's an error by Rich Gedman. And Guerrero's on first on the E2. So Guerrero's on first. He's an ace stealer, which means -2 for the hold, +2 for Gedman's pop gun arm. Oh, I should have put in freaking Gary Allenson. -1. Damn it. God damn it, Al. I should have put in Gary Allenson. Well, that's something to think about in a second. There goes Pedro. So Pedro will steal second, 1 through 15. There's a throw by Gedman, and he just gets in safely. Another close play. Remy applies the tag, but just like in the situation with Steve Sachs, Remy complaining, but Guerrero stands safely at second. Third stolen base off Rich Gedman. Even if Allenson was in there, it only would have been a... No, actually it would have been a -3. He wouldn't have went. I should take him out right now, to be honest with you. I should have took him out. Here's Mike Marshall. Gedman will stay behind the plate. Marshall, one swing of the bat could tie it here. Marshall has doubled and scored, grounded to the pitcher and struck out. Ojeda, error doesn't count, I don't think, against point of weakness. Here's the pitch from Bobby Ojeda to Mike Marshall. That's a 5-9 right-handed batter. 5-9, slowly hit ball to second. The only play for Remy's to first. That's a ground ball C. Advancing to third is Pedro Guerrero. So 1 out. Guerrero stands at third. Red Sox up 5-3. And here's Dusty Baker. He's not a candlestick maker. Baker 0 for 1. He's flown to Rice, his counterpart in left. He's walked twice, included with the bases loaded. I shall be back in a moment. And we are back. Thank you for your patience. Let me take a swig of water. Here we go. All right. So here's Dusty Baker. 1 out. Guerrero's at third. Here's the pitch from Bobby Ojeda to Dusty Baker. That's a 6-6. Pick up some sticks. Get your kicks on Route 66. Right-handed batter. 6-6. Single to center. And Pedro Guerrero comes in from third, so the error hurts immensely. That should have been 2 outs, no one on. But instead, it's a RBI single. Baker picks up his second ribby. It's now 5-4 with 1 out. And here's Darrell Thomas. Thomas is 0 for 3. 2 more, a combination of 2 hits. What's this? The 7th. So 2 hits or walks. Do we go to Stanley right now? He's our best reliever. No, because Darrell Thomas is 69% against right-handed pitching. So Stanley's ready, but Ojeda, who's gotten Darrell Thomas 3 times, stays in the game, hoping for that double play ball to end this inning. It's 5-4 Red Sox. The pitch to Darrell Thomas from Bobby Ojeda. 5-12. 5-12. Fly ball to right field. Evans is a 1 defender. We rolled a 10. He should make this play. Oh, we had it right. 1-10. We go to an error check. Evans is an E5. We roll the red die. That's a 7. And he makes the catch. Fly ball beat. Wow. 3, 4, 5 are errors. 12's an error. 2's a split error. 6 through 11 is an out. And we rolled a 7. So, whew, a little adventure there. Evans had to go a long way. He snow cones the catch. Retreating back to first is Baker. Darrell Thomas is now 0 for 4. And here comes Steve Yeager. He's 1 for 3. Singled in a run, struck out, and grounded to short. Baker, the tying run at first, will be held close. So it'll only be a +1 with 2 outs, 1 through 13. And again, Yeager hits righties much better than lefties. So Bobby Ojeda stays in this game. Yeager would love to hit a 2-run homer and give the Dodgers a 6-5 lead. Right now it's 5-4, 2 outs, tying run at first. Bottom of the 7th, Dusty Baker at first, Yeager at the plate. Ojeda takes a deep breath, arms down to his chest. He kicks and deals to Steve Yeager. 6-4. 6-4. Play to Rich Gedman. Son of a gun. We rolled an 18. Gedman has already made an error this inning. Cost the Red Sox a run. That's a 4 and an 18. That's a pass ball on Gedman. Baker advances to second. Yeager now has a chance to knock in the the tying run, excuse me. Ojeda, it's got to bear down. Here comes a breaking pitch. It's a pop-up. Back towards the screen. Gedman throws the mask off. Captain Adventure makes the catch, and the side is retired with the tying run at second. So on the roll, it's a pass ball and a foul out. So I just do it that way. Wow. So that's a pop out 2. But the Dodgers get 1. We go to the top of the 8th. Red Sox cling to a 1-run lead. 5-4. And now Ojeda, a walk and a single. So now, if he gives up a hit in a third consecutive inning, I think how that goes, he's going to hit point of weakness. But we sticking with Bobby Ojeda because he's a lefty. So Niedenfuer back up on the mound, and he goes to his point of weakness check. He'll face Remy, Rice, and Evans. (5-4) Red Sox, top of the 8th. Steve Howe is ready. And this is elimination time, folks. You can't wait around. And they're going to go to Steve Howe right now. Howe's good for 2 innings. Well, 1 inning, then point of weakness. But here's Steve Howe. Howe the lefty. 4-7, 1.44 earned run average, 69 innings pitched. He gave up 2 homers, struck out 52, walked 12. Tom Niedenfuer is on record for the 2-4-2. Welch, I think, is on record for the loss. 5. Yeah, it's Welch. Niedenfuer gave up the homer, but it's Welch on the hook right now for the loss. So Niedenfuer pitched a third of an inning, and it was horrible. So Niedenfuer And if it was that great play by Darrell Thomas in the right field corner, the diving catch prevented Boggs from a triple. So here comes Steve Howe. Third Dodger pitcher. He enters in the 8th. Red Sox looking for the upset again. Steve Howe. Lefty. So face Jerry Remy. We have no one to pinch hit for Remy. Here's the pitch from Howe to Remy. This should be an out as Remy struggles. Well, not too bad actually. 29%. So that's a 2-9. Lefty, lefty. 2-9. Ground ball to third. Guerrero throws to Brock. 1 down. Remy's retired. 5-3. 1 out in the top of the 8th. 5-4 lead for the Red Sox. Winner advances to the Elite 8. Here comes Jim Ed Rice. He has 1 hit, a 2-run homer. He's grounded out twice. Howe deals to Rice. How nice. 6-4. Does it close the door? Right-handed batter. 6-4. Ground ball to short and Billy Russell. Russell is a 4. That's a 4 and a 5. This could be a base hit. This could be a base hit for Rice. 4-5. Single. Past the dive of Russell. So Rice picks up his 2nd hit. That's a big insurance run at first. 1 out, 1 on. Rice will be not held. He's an E stealer, so it'll be a 1 through 12 right now. And here comes Dwight Evans. Evans, glad to see Bob Welch go. He struck out 3 times against Bobby. He awaits the Howe offering. The pitch from the lefty to Dewey. 2-6 to Evans. 2-6. 6-4-3. Double play. The side is retired. It goes Russell to Sachs to Brock. A 1 hard hop to the shortstop, and the inning is over. 6-4-3. The DP, the pitcher's best friend. So Howe faces 3 batters, and the inning is over. The Evans, a horrible day. 3 strikeouts and a double play. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 5-4 Red Sox. And now we will use our last position player, Gary Allenson, as I should have done that before. And the Red Sox have no one left on their bench. So Gary Allenson will come in and do the catching, as the adventure of Rich Gedman is out of the game. So it's going to be Allenson as he comes in the bottom of the 8th, do the catching. He's a 2 as opposed to a 4 from Rich Gedman. He's an E8 as opposed to an E15. And he has a -1 arm. And he runs 1 through 9. E stealer, B bunter, and D hit and run. So Allenson's in the game. Let's get him in the appropriate spot. So we have Urich at short. And we all pray, if you're a Red Sox fan, don't hit the ball to Ed. Gedman is here. He's out. So Allenson will bat behind Tony Armas. He will see an at-bat in the top of the 9th. So the wheels continue to spin for the Red Sox and their dugout. Sean DeMarco, how you going? He says, hello, go Dodger Blue. Sean hates the Red Sox. He's a Yankee fan. That's okay. Hope all is well. As Todd B goes, how? Sniff, sniff, sniff. All right. So do we go? Well, Brock's a lefty. Ojeda's going to face Brock and Landreau. They're both lefties. So Bobby Ojeda, I think if he gives up 1 run, 1 hit, because it's 3 hits in 1 inning after point weakness, 4 after 2. Is it? I got to look that up. Is it for the 3rd inning? Point of weakness. It allows a combination of 4 hits or in any other 2 consecutive. Oh, it's 2 more. It's 2 more. It's 2 hits. So if he gives up a hit and a walk or any combination of that, he has reached his point of weakness. All right, we looked it up quite quickly. I knew the way I said it sounded weird. All right, here comes Greg Brock, the first baseman. Brock has some pop in that bat. One swing of the bat could tie it. He had 20 homers, but he struggles against lefties, as does Landreau. Thus, Ojeda stays in the game. Brock has walked, scored a run. He's popped out and grounded to short. Ojeda works quickly to Greg Brock. A 2-3. What will it be? We shall see. Lefty, lefty, 2-3. Another pop-up. Remy waving his arms at second. He makes the catch. 1 down. Bobby O gutting it out right now. And now he faces the left-handed batting center fielder, Kenny Landreau. I don't think that they don't have anyone better. That's why this is the lineup it is. Let me double check here. Anderson's awful against lefties. Mundy's awful against lefties. And Fimple's awful against lefties. Yeah, I mean, this is why this is the lineup. This is why when I looked at this matchup, I went, holy cow, they're not good against lefties. Red Sox got a shot here. Here's the pitch to Kenny Landreau. Landreau struck out, singled, and scored and walked, stolen a base. Ojeda rocks and deals to Kenny Landreau. That's a 4-7. Lefty, lefty, 4-7, and he walks again. Oh, boy. Tying run at first, and the speedy Kenny Landreau, he's an ace stealer. They're going to hold him on, so that's a -2. And unlike Gedman, Allenson has a -1 arm, so that's a -3. So that's 1 through 12. Here's Steve Sachs. Landreau will stay put at first. It'll be a plus. Oh, there's only 1 out. 1 out. So 1 through 15. Here's Steve Sachs. Sachs 80% against righties. Stanley's ready. They're going to stick with Bobby Ojeda. What has he done against him? Two singles and an intentional walk. One of them was a bunt single on the sack. He's grounded to short. Ojeda deals to Sachs, hoping for the double play ball to end the inning. Here's the pitch, homeward bound. 3-8 to Steve Sachs. 3-8 single to right. Sachs on the 3-8 singles to right, and that's point of weakness for Bobby Ojeda. Landreau 1 through 15. Evans has a -5 arm, so that's 1 through 10. He will stay put with 1 out at second. So first and second, Ojeda will be coming out of the ball game. He's done his best. Bobby Ojeda goes 7 1/3 tough innings. He leads with the lead, but he's responsible for Landreau at second and Sachs at first, so he can still lose it or get a no decision. And Bill Russell's at the plate. What a ball game, folks, here in La La Land. Dodgers thought they had a soft touch in the Red Sox. Red Sox in 83 were 78 and 84. The Dodgers 91 and 71. But anything can happen in a one-game, one-and-done tournament. And here comes Bob Stanley, Stanley Steamer. Pitched the final 3 innings of the Red Sox first game where Hurst got the win. But the Red Sox, I think they scored a lot. What was that? The Red Sox, let's flip back real quick if I can find it quickly. The Red Sox defeated the Giants 9-4. That was an upset. As Hurst got the win, Stanley just pitched the final. He actually gets a save because he pitched the final 3 innings. All right, so it's Bob Stanley once again into the breach. Stanley Steamer. Here comes Bob, Uncle Ron's favorite pitcher. So it's Bob Stanley. 1 out, 2 on to face Bill Russell. Tying run at second, and the speedy Kenny Landreau. The go-ahead run at first, and the speedy Steve Sachs. Landreau will be held close, so it'll be a -1 with 1 out. Here's Russell. Russell has grounded to third, grounded to short. RBI when he beat out a double play ball, and then grounded to short. He's 0 for 4. Stanley hoping for the double play ball, trying to keep the ball down low. He deals to Bill Russell. 2-10. 2-10. Righty. 2-10. Fly ball to right field. Left field, excuse me. Fly ball to left field. Question mark. So that will be an out. There'll be 2 away. Question mark. Landro. Oh, he can't advance. It would have to be to right field. If he was at third, he could take a shot. Let's look at it again. 2-8. Righty matchup. 2-8. That's just a fly ball to center, excuse me. I'm getting it. Okay. 2-8 fly ball to center, righty. So it's a fly ball to center, and Armas, who has a cannon for an arm anyway. So there's 2 down. 2-8 fly ball to center. Landro will now be a +1. And so will Sachs if it comes to that, I guess. So Landro's 1 through 16. Here comes Pedro Guerrero. 2 outs, 2 on, 5-4 Red Sox. Bottom of the 8th. Guerrero had 32 homers with a .298 batting average. Mike Marshall on deck. Guerrero feasts on right-handed pitching. Stanley has a quick word with Allenson. Allenson back behind the plate. Squats down, sets the target. The pitch from Stanley Steamer to vote for Pedro Guerrero. Pitch inbound. 4-6. Pick up some sticks. Righty. 4-6. Single to left. Guerrero singles to left. They're going to wave Landro around. Landro's a +1, 1 through 16. Rice has a -1 arm. So it's 1 through 15. Here's a throw to the plate, and Gary Allenson. It's a 13. We have a tie ball game. So Guerrero comes through in the clutch. Another reason why Uncle Ron will hate Bob Stanley. And we have a 5-5 ball game. Landro races around from second. Sachs stops at second. And Pedro Guerrero picks up his first hit. What a time to get it. It's 5-5. Fans a bit more jubilant now than when Rick Miller hit that 3-run homer, the pinch hit homer for the Red Sox. Well, that's all erased, folks. So Guerrero's at first. The go-ahead run, Steve Sachs at second. It'll be a +1, 1 through 18. Here's Mike Marshall. Marshall has doubled and scored, grounded to first. Grounded to the pitcher, struck out and grounded to second. First and second. 5-5 ball game, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch to Mike Marshall from Bob Stanley. 4-7. Righty, 4-7. Single to center! Again, Stanley gives up the single. 4-7. Righty, single to center. Well, they're going to wave Sachs around. Sachs, 1 through 18. Armas, single to center. Yep. Armas, -4. So that's 1 through 14. Here's a throw from Tony Armas, and he nails him at the plate. It's a 15. Tony Armas nails him at the plate. The ball game stays tied. Allenson applies the tag. Wow! Armas guns him down. He put on a good charge. A hard, accurate throw. 1 hop to Allenson, who plants Sachs into the ground. But the Dodgers tie it on the RBI single by Pedro Guerrero. We go to the top of the 9th, knotted at 5. Let's double check this again. That's a 15. Sachs, 1 through 17, +1. That's 1 through 18. Armas, -4 arm, 1 through 14. That's a 15. You are out, Mr. Sachs. 8-2. And that's a wow. What a ball game, folks. What a ball game. We've seen it all, like Bogey and Bacall. So Marshall denied the ribby that would have put the Dodgers ahead. As the Red Sox bench breathes a sigh of relief. Bob Stanley was not Bob Bueno, that's for sure. Red Sox have given the Dodgers all they can handle. We go to the top of the ninth. Steve Howe on the mound in a 5-5 ball game. And who's at the plate? Tony Armas, the man who just threw out sacks. So it's Armas, Allenson, and Reed Nichols. And it's Steve Howe. Howe deals to Armas. Let's see what the man with the golden arm can do. 6-7. Right-handed batter. 6-7. Swing and a miss. Howe says, how do you do? There's the bench. Go take a seat. One down. Second time. Armas is K'd. He's 0 for 4. Here comes Gary Allenson. Allenson came in as a defensive replacement after Gedman freaking error cost us a run. All right, here's Gary Allenson. Let's give you his quick numbers. 230, 3 homers, no triples, 11 doubles. Reed Nichols on deck. Nichols was a pinch runner for Yastrzemski, who kept that inning alive. And we got to Ricky Miller. Ricky, don't lose my number. He lost the baseball, 3-run pinch hit homer. Let's see what Gary Allenson can do against Steve Howe. He awaits the Howe offering. The pitch inbound. It's a hard one and a high one. That's a 4-7. Right-handed batter. 4-7. Single to center. Allenson jumps all over that high fastball. 4-7. Right-handed batter is a single to center. So Allenson singles. He's the go-ahead run. At first, he is 1 for 1 right now. And he is slow. They will not hold him on. And we have no one left on the bench. Here's Reed Nichols. Nichols pinch ran and scored on the 3-run homer. Yastrzemski had the single. Yaz started the uprising in the top of the 7th. He's sitting on the bench cheering on his beloved Boston Red Sox. Let's give you Reed Nichols' numbers. 285, 6 homers, 1 triple, and 22 doubles. Dave Stapleton on deck. Nichols, 54% against lefty-handed pitchers, so that's good. Let's see if he can jack one out on the sniffling wonder on the mound, Steve Howe. Howe looks in, gets the sign from Yeager. He rocks and deals to Reed Nichols. 1-9. 1-9 fly ball deep to left, but not deep enough. At the track in front of the wall is Dusty Baker. He makes the catch. 2 down. 2 down. Retreating back to first, the slow-footed catcher, Gary Allenson. He'll be a +1 now, as they'll hold him. But there's 2 outs, so he's a +1, 1 through 10. Here comes Dave Stapleton. Stapleton had 10 homers. 30% against left-handed pitching. Howe's ready to work. He deals to Dave Stapleton. That's a 2-9. 2-9. Line shot! A step and a dive by Russell at short, and the side is retired. Great play by Billy Russell. What hustle by Billy Russell. Allenson stays at first, advances no further. We go to the bottom of the 9th, knotted at 5. The Dodgers need 1 run to win it. Oil Can Boyd is up in the pen. There's no tomorrow. What a ball game. So Stanley, in his 2nd inning of work, he blew the save. He'll face Baker, Darrell Thomas, and Steve Yeager. The Dodgers need to push 1 run across. 1 run across. Here's Dusty Baker, hoping not to be a candlestick maker. That's for our good friend Chris in Delaware. We love Chris in Delaware. Hope all is well. Check out his channel, Tabletop Delaware. So it's Baker, Thomas, and Yeager. Dusty Baker is 1 for 2. He's flown to left, walked twice, one of them with the bases loaded with a ribby. Then he singled in a run after Gedman made an error. That was a costly error by Gedman. That made it a 5-4 ball game. As we know, the Dodgers tied it in the bottom of the 8th. We stand at 5 apiece. Bottom of the 9th. The pitch from Stanley to Baker, hoping to make Bob Stanley a candlestick maker. 4-4. Will it close the door on this game? 4-4. Righty-righty matchup. 4-4. Deep fly ball! Left field! Rice racing back! He leaps! He makes the catch! He brings the game-winning homer back! Unbelievable! 4-4 home run, 1-3. We rolled a 20. Rice saves the day for the Red Sox, as that's a deep, long out. Denying a home run. Bob Stanley has been bad. Uncle Ron Juckett just threw up a little bit in his mouth on that. Red Sox get a reprieve from the governor, and it'll be Darrell Thomas now trying to execute Boston. The pitch from Stanley to Darrell Thomas. Thomas is hitless. He's 0 for 4. That's a 4-8. Switch hitter batting lefty now. 4-8. Single to center. Oh, boy. The winning run is at first base. B Steeler. They'll keep him close. So it'll be a -1. 1 through 15 now. And here's Steve Yeager. Stanley hoping for the double play ball and take this game to the 10th. Yeager has knocked in a run. Way back in the first inning with a single. Since then, he's 0 for 3. A strikeout, a ground out to short, and a pop out to then Rich Gedman. Stanley looks in at Allenson. Allenson pounding the mitt, pleading for Bob to hit the target. The pitch to Yeager. Thomas at first, the winning run. 3-4. Does it close the door? Righty, 3-4. Hard hit ball to Urach. Urach to Remy. On to Stapleton. Double play. We're going to free baseball, folks. That is a 3-4 ground ball, shortstop A. 6-4-3. The ever-adventurous Eddie Urach at short makes the play. And Bob Stanley breathed a sigh of relief, but the true hero in this inning was Jim Rice, who robbed Dusty Baker of the game-winning homer. We're through 9, and it's not settled yet, folks. We go to the 10th. It will be Ed Urach, who started that double play. Then the top of the order, Boggs and Remy. An absolutely magnificent matchup of epic proportion. And so Steve Howe. So Stanley came in the 8th. Howe came in the 8th. Howe's now pitching. Point of weakness for Steve Howe. All right, so Steve Howe's in it to win it. He'll face Eddie Urach. Urach, 27% chance of something possibly going right against lefties. And let's give you good old Ed Urach's numbers. 277, no homers, 4 triples, and 8 doubles. For him to hit a homer, it'd be nearly impossible. I don't think there's a homer. Nope, because he can't hit a homer. Ed Urach cannot hit a homer on anyone's card. Even on Howe's card. Yeager and Howe have a quick meeting. Now Yeager back behind the plate. Here's Eddie Urach trying to get things started. Top of the 10th, not at 5. Winner advances to the Elite 8. The pitch from Howe to Urach. 6-10. Right-handed batter. 6-10. Ground ball to third. And Pedro Guerrero, he's not a bueno fielder. He's a 4. Guerrero is a 4. And we rolled a 14. It could be an error check. That would be horrible for the Dodgers fan. So a 4 and a 14. We go to the error check. Guerrero is a E32. He could boot this thing. E32. We roll the 2 red die. Oh, he booted. That's a 3. That's an error all the way. 1 base error. 3 through 9 and 12 is an E. And reaching at first on the error by Pedro Guerrero is Eddie Urach. Urach's a D stealer. They won't hold him on until 2 outs. And here comes Wade Boggs. So that should have been out number 1. That does not help Steve Howe. And here's Wade Boggs. Boggs has singled twice, popped out, and then was robbed of extra bases on the diving catch in the corner by Darrell Thomas in right. Howe kicks and deals to Wade Boggs. Urich, the go-ahead run at first, no outs. That's a 6-8. Lefty-lefty matchup. 6-8. Line shot right at Russell. Fires to first, but Urich gets back. He gets that hand in there as he goes diving back. 1 down. Boggs hit it on the screws, but right at Billy Russell. So here's Jerry Remy, another left-handed batter. Howe hoping for the double play ball. The pitch to the Rem Dog. Remy, 1-3. What will it be? We shall see. 1-3. Jammed and popped up to his counterpart. Second baseman Steve Sachs on the outfield grass makes the catch. 2 down. And here comes Jim Ed Rice. Rice, 2 for 4, a 2-run homer and a single. He's also grounded to third and grounded back to the pitcher. 5-5 ball game. Urich at first. Can Rice jolt another one? To the moon, Alice, to the moon. He awaits the Howe offering. Yeager sets the target. Here's the pitch of Jim Ed Rice. 2-3. What will it be? 2-3. Hard hit ball to third. Guerrero knocks it down, picks it up, fires to low. Brock digs it out of the dirt, and the side is retired. The error by Guerrero does not hurt, except Guerrero's pride. We go to the bottom of the 10th, 5-5. Dodgers have to push 1 run across the plate to win this game. And Stanley, it's been an adventure with Bob Stanley. Stanley came in the 8th, went 2/3 in the 8th, pitched the 9th. In the 9th, gave up 1 hit, so 3 more hits or walks. So Stanley's staying in there. He's going to face Greg Brock. Brock, the first baseman, popped to the catcher, walked and scored, grounded to short, and popped to the second baseman. Can Brock get a walk-off homer? 5-5, bottom of the 10th. The winner advances to the Elite Eight in their 1983 one-and-done tournament. Here's the pitch from Stanley to Brock, and it's not with love. 6-9. 6-9. Ground ball to third. The third baseman is Boggs. Boggs is a 4, and that's a 9. A 4 and a 9 goes to an error check. Boggs' error rating is an E29. He needs a high roll here. We roll the 2 red die. And that's a 4. I believe that's going to be an error. So he's an E29. And we rolled a 4. And that's an error. 3 through 8 and an 11. So Wade Boggs commits the error at third, just like his counterpart did in the top of the inning. Now the winning run is at first, and Greg Brock on the E5. Brock 1 through 12 base runner. Let's see what the Dodgers have on the bench. Is there any other speed on the bench? As that's below average. 1 through. They got Dave Anderson 1 through 15, and Dave Anderson will come in to pinch run. So Dave Anderson, who can also play third if necessary, but he stinks defensively, at least with range and error. Oh shoot, Brock is a first baseman. What the hell am I saying? We must have. Oh, Marshall can play first if we have to, and Monday can go. Well, Monday can play first. Okay, we have options here. So Dave Anderson will come in to pinch run. So Brock is out. The wheels churning in Tommy Lasorda's head in the dugout now. I want to say it was Ralph Houck, the manager in '83 for the Red Sox. I don't remember, though. So it's Dave Anderson to pinch run. And here's Kenny Landreau Error doesn't count towards point of weakness. Landreau has walked twice, singled and scored. He's walked and scored and struck out. Stanley looking for the double play ball. He deals to Kenny Landreau. And they're holding Anderson close at first. So it's a -1. That's a 2-8. 2-8. Right-handed pitcher. 2-8. Ground ball to third. Boggs to Remy. To first. Not in time. Good stretch by Stapleton, but the speedy Kenny Landreau beats it out. He reaches on the fielder's choice. 5-4. As the pinch runner, Anderson, is out at second. So they exchange Anderson for a speedier runner, Landreau, but now there's one out. A double play ball will take this to the top of the 11th, and here's Steve Sachs. Stanley's ready. The pitch to Sachs. Ooh, Kenny Landreau, a stealer. Hold him on. -2, -3. 1 through 12. He's going. There goes Kenny. And he's out. Allenson, 13. They throw him out. There are 2 outs now. Dodgers rolled the dice, and they came up craps. So he's out stealing. 2-4. Remy applies the tag. Big difference. Had it been Gedman, he would have been safe by 5 years. So he's out stealing. So there's 2 down now. The 11th looms. It's up to Steve Sachs to deny that. Stanley deals to Sachs. 2-6. Righty-righty. 2-6. Would have been a double play ball anyway. Ground ball to Urach. Urach throws to Stapleton. The sides are tired. Red Sox hanging in there. We go to the top of the 11th. Knotted at 5. And now we have to do some changes here. Going into play first. Do we want to move Marshall to first? He's a 3E12. Monday is a 4E25. In right field, he's a 4E10, though. So Monday is going to go out to right. Monday will go to right. Marshall will come into play first. Jack Fimple's a catcher. Or we move Anderson to third and Guerrero to first. Maybe we'll do that. 4E25. Anderson's a 4E37 at third. I think the better defensive lineup. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Anderson's out. So Sachs will go to, Marshall will go to first. Oh, shit, Marshall's the DH. Marshall ain't going nowhere. Marshall's staying at DH. Darrell Thomas is the right fielder. Oh, boy. All right, well, that makes it simple. Guerrero goes to first. Guerrero goes to first. And Anderson goes to third. And they stay in the same order. So Anderson's at third now. So at third base is Anderson. He's a 4E37. B's across the board, stealing, bunting, and hit and run. He's a 1 through 15. So Anderson's at third. Pedro Guerrero's at first. And again, he's a 4. And an E25. So he's a better first baseman than third baseman, but not by much. And his numbers there stay the same. So, okay, we got the defensive numbers there. And now let's make sure we got the batting order correct. Sachs made the last out and the ground out to short. All right, so it's Anderson, Landreau, Sachs. Russell leads off the bottom of the 11th. Howe stays on the mound. Steve Howe came in the 8th. So this is his 3rd inning of work. Again, point of weakness check. He's good for 2. They're going to stick with Howe. No tomorrow. You stick with your best. Hello, Clinton Parks. Hope all is well. Check out that wonderful channel. All right. So Howe will face Dwight Evans, Tony Armas, and Rich Gedman. If you're just joining us, Tony Armas gunned out the go-ahead run at the plate. He gunned out Steve Sachs to end the bottom of the 8th after the Dodgers tied it. We're knotted at 5, top of the 11th. The pitch to Dwight Evans from Steve Howe. 2-5. Left-handed pitcher. 2-5. Ground ball to Russell. Russell throws to Guerrero, who's now at first. 1 down. 6-3. One out. Here's Tony Armas. Armas is hitless. He struck out twice and grounded to short twice. He awaits the Howe offering. The pitch by the sniffling wonder. 6-2. How do you do? Right-hander. 6-2. Ground ball back to Howe. He knocks it down, picks it up. He throws to Guerrero, 2 away. So Howe, 1 out away from taking it to the bottom of the 11th. This will probably be his last inning of work. We'll see. Here's Gary Allenson. He came in to replace an ineffective defensive catcher, Rich Gedman. He singled in his first plate appearance. 38% against lefties of something possibly good happening. Howe picks up the sign from Yeager. The windup and the pitch to Gary Allenson. 1-11. 1-11. Fly ball out to right. Plus injury, but we're not playing injury. Making the catch is Darrell Harris. And 1-2-3 go the Red Sox in the top of the 11th. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Dodgers need to push 1 run across to win this thing and go to the Elite 8. And now, will they go to Oil Can Boyd? Stanley has pitched 2. He came in the 8th. There's 2/3 there. 9th. He's pitched 2 2/3 of advent. He blew the save. He's got to face Russell, Guerrero, and Marshall. And if he gives up 1 hit there. Yeah, he's got to give up 3 hits. Point of weakness. Or is it 2 hits? Single there. Or do we go to Oil Can Boyd? Do we go to the can? Let's just check out Oil Can here. We're not going to go to Mark Clear. God, he's staying. You know what? 47-53. You can go 4 innings. 47. It's the same thing. He's got the same thing, just a slightly higher ERA. 3.28, 4, and 8. Here comes Oil Can Boyd. We've had all about whatever kind of luck we've had with Bob Stanley. So Stanley blew the save. He's out of the game. Here comes Oil Can Boyd in the bottom of the 11th. The Oil Can. The nickname comes from him drinking beer. Oil Can Boyd. So Boyd comes in the 11th. He'll face Russell, Guerrero, and Marshall. Here's the pitch to Bill Russell. 2-11. Righty-righty matchup. 2-11. And he's hit by a pitch. Boyd hits him. Slider, a little too far in. Winning run at first. And Russell, he is a B stealer. They'll hold him on. So he's a -1 right now. 1 through 13 instead of 14. Here's Pedro Guerrero. Vote for Pedro. Guerrero moved from 3rd to 1st after Brock was pinch run for by Anderson. Anderson occupies 3rd base now. Oil Can Boyd hoping for the double play. Guerrero, 80% chance of something possibly good happening against a right-handed pitcher. The pitch from Boyd to Guerrero. Could this be the ball game? 4-12. 4-12. Popped up. He jammed him. That slider really got in on him. At short is Eddie Urek on the outfield grass, and he makes the catch. The ever-adventurous Ed Urek at short. Double play ball will end the inning and take it to the top of the 12th. We're knotted at 5. Winner goes to the Elite 8. Here's Mike Marshall. Power hitting DH. He has 2 hits. He's doubled and scored. He's singled. He's also grounded out twice and struck out. Boyd nods his head. The big windup and the pitch to Mike Marshall. Red Sox open for a double play ball. 1-12. Righty, 1-12. Fly ball lifted out to left. Rice going back into the corner. He makes the catch. Fires it back in towards Urek. Retreating back to first is Bill Russell. So there's 2 down. 2 down for the old can. Now he'll face Dusty Baker. No, he's not a candlestick maker. Baker, the left fielder, has walked twice, including once with the bases loaded. Ribby number 1. He singled to bring the Dodgers to within 1 after the error by Gedman. Ribby number 2. And the other 2 times, he's flown out to left. In the bottom of the 9th to lead off. He hit a shot to left. Rice robbed him of a homer. And that's why we're still playing, folks. Another chance for Dusty Baker to win it. 2 outs. Russell will be off on contact. He's a +1, 1 through 15. Oil can Boyd takes a deep breath. Again, the big windup and the pitch to Dusty Baker. 1-8. Righty, 1-8. And that's ball 4. Winning run moves to second base in Russell. Baker's at first. That run means absolutely nothing. And here is Darrell Thomas, the right fielder. Darrell singled in his last plate appearance. He's now 1 for 5. 1 out, 2 on. They're looking for the double play ball. Switch hitter Thomas will bat lefty. Boyd has a quick word with Allenson. Allenson back behind the plate. Sets a target. Boyd deals to Thomas. 3-7. Will it be a lucky 7? Well, for someone it will be. 3-7. Ball 4. And the bases are juiced. The winning run, Russell goes to third. Baker to second. Thomas to first. Again, those runs mean nothing. The infield moves in. There's no outfield in, but we'll say the outfield moves in. Here's Steve Yeager, chance to win it. Yeager knocked in a run way back to give the Dodgers a lead ages ago in the bottom of the second, made it 1-0. He can now win it. Boyd has not spelled relief. He has spelled Ojeda. If you're not Italian, that means freaking heartburn, such pain that it's horrible. You need Briashki. All right, here we go. Bases juiced. It's up to Yeager. Infield in. You can't play back for 2. This is it, folks. 5-5 ball game. Bottom of the 11th. Dodgers hoping to advance to the 8th. They've had quite a tussle here. The top 8 teams come into play in this round 3. They made it. They were guaranteed a Sweet 16 bid. The Red Sox trying to knock out one of the best. Infield in. Here's the pitch to Yeager. Can he win it? 2-4. Will this close the door on this game? 2-4. Righty matchup. 2-4. Fly ball. Center field B. Question mark. Tony Armas has a cannon for a freaking arm. But now let's get this right. So the runner does not score automatically. Russell's at third. I think we have to go +2 because it's a B question mark. I want to make sure I get this right. Don't want to cheat anybody. When there is a question mark, to attempt to score, add the base runner's rating, the outfielder's arm, and then +2. I am correct. All right. This is the ball game, folks. All right. So, can you hold on a guy from third? I guess you can't hold him on if you're playing infield in. All right. So you can't do that. All right. So, Russell, 1 through 14 +2. 1 through 16. Armas, -4. That's 1 through 12. Correct? Right? 2 + 14, 16. Right? -4 is 12. He's tagging. Here's a throw from Tony Armas. Can he do it again? He does! Tony Armas guns out! Russell at the plate! Allenson blocks the plate! We stayed knotted at 5. But there's still one more out to get. Boyd has been god-awful in this inning. But Russell is out. 8-2. Incredible. Tony Armas does it again. There are 2 outs. Holy poop. He threw out Sachs at the plate. Now he throws Russell, his partner in crime, up the middle out at the plate. There are 2 outs. The winning run, Dusty Baker's at second. The doesn't matter run, Thomas is at first. Oh my God. The 12th looms. We're 1 out away, folks. What an epic here in LA between the Red Sox and the Dodgers. Wow. So Tony Armas doing his job defensively. A horrible day at the plate, but he's gunned out 2 runners at the plate. Allenson has planted them both into the ground like turnips. And here comes Dave Anderson, the pinch runner for Brock. Can he get a base hit and score? Baker will be a +1. They're holding him close, but with 2 outs, it's a -1 +2. So he's 1 through 13. Let's give you Dave Anderson's number. Can he be the hero? Now occupying third base. Odds are no. He batted .165, 1 homer, 2 triples, and 4 doubles. And when he did do anything good, it was against a righty. Boyd deals to Anderson. Imagine if Anderson wins this thing. What an unlikely hero. He didn't even think he was going to play. 4-2. How do you do? Righty. 4-2. Ground ball back to Boyd. He has it. He throws to Stapleton. The side is retired. Oil Can Boyd just pitched one of the most awful innings you could ever see, but Tony Armas saved the day when he gunned out Russell at the plate, and we go to the top of the 12th. What a ball game. This is why we play these things, whether card and dice or on the PC. Please check out all the wonderful content creators in the chat, such as our good friend Sports Time Machine and Sean DeMarco, and all the others. Check them out, subscribe. All that good stuff. Wow, what a game. Lots of fun here. As we passed the bewitching hour. 2:11 Eastern Standard Time. We are now in Tuesday morning. But we will continue on. Oh boy. Well, that was an adventure with Oil Can Boyd. Red Sox. And now Steve Howe's done. I don't think they would go more than that. Steve Howe's done. Steve Howe, again, 8. And he went 11. He went 3 innings. So Howe went 3. That's it for Steve Howe. But they still have Alejandro Pena, who was quite good. 2.75. And that's who they're going to go with. And he struck out 120. He was a starter and reliever. He can go 3 innings. So the ball is now in Alejandro Pena's hand, So advantage to the pitching goes to the Dodgers. So here comes the 4th Dodger pitcher, Alejandro Pena. I'm just going to go Pena. And again, he's good for 3 innings, so the 3rd inning will be his point of weakness check. The Dodgers don't want to even come close to that. And Alejandro Pena, he was 12-9, 2.75, 7 homers, pitched 177 innings, struck out 120, walked 51. He'll face in the top of the 12th. What a ball game. Nichols, who pinch ran for Yastrzemski. If you're just joining us, Rick Miller hit a 3-run homer to put the Red Sox ahead way back in the bottom of the top of the 7th. And then Stanley blew the save, helped by... Oh, how funny is that? Rich Gedman and Bob Stanley blow the thing just like in the 86. Gedman should have stopped that ball. I don't care what anyone... And I like Rich Gedman. He's from Worcester, Massachusetts. He should have stopped the ball. That wasn't that far outside. So it's Nichols, Stapleton, and Eddie Urak. Because Urak came in when Rick Miller had the 3-run homer to pinch hit for Hoffman. Wow, what a game. I'm going to enjoy listening to this over. Here's Reed Nichols. We're just going to go with it. We're not going to give you what happened. We're just going to go with the plays now. Pena deals to Nichols. Top of the 11th, 5-5. Winner goes to the Elite 8. That's a 4-4. Will it close the door on Reed Nichols? Righty matchup. 4-4. Ground ball to third. And that is going to be to the adventure of Anderson. He's a 4, and that's a 10. He might make this play. 4, 10, goes to an error check. Oh, boy, he needs a high roll on this. Anderson's a E37. So if you're a Dodger fan, you want a high roll here with these 2 red die. And that's an 8. He should make the play here. On the E37, E30. Holy shit, that's horrible. He makes the error. 37 or more. Wow. The only chance of him making the fielding play is on a 2, and it's a split. 1 through 4 is a 2-base error. 5 through 6, he makes the play, ground ball A. 3 through 12 is an error. So the go-ahead run's at first on the error by Anderson. He had to come in the game because he pinch ran when the Dodgers were trying to win it. And Reed Nichols is at first. They'll hold him on. He's a C stealer. Clinton Parks with a hockey update. Holy shite, Monday. The Bruins blow a 3-goal lead and come back and win. Wow. Captain Carl says, Gedman couldn't go to his right, but Gedman says Stanley crossed him up. That's fine. He should have stopped the damn ball. I'm not disagreeing with you, but any other catcher... it wasn't that far outside. They killed Stanley for it. Now, he crossed him up. Okay, I get that, but it's not that far out. Either way, they were the tandem. It's kind of funny that they were the tandem in this game, that's all. But thank you for the info, Clinton and Captain Carl. Thank you for sticking with us. All right, so Nichols is at first. Here comes Dave Stapleton. He's a B bunter. He's going to put down a bunt here. Well, who do we have coming up, though? Eddie Urak. Yeah, you know what? We're going to play small ball. So they're going to play for the bunt, so it'll be a C bunter. That's just the way I play it. So he needs a low roll here. He squares the bunt, trying to move Nichols over. That's not going to be good. That's a 10. So a 10C. Batter is safe. Lead runner is thrown out by the pitcher. The bunt is too hard. Pena pounces on it. Throws to the shortstop Russell, who steps on the bag. And Nichols is erased. So a failed sacrifice. Nichols is out on the fielder's choice. Failed sack. And that went 1-6. So Stapleton's at first. And he's an E stealer. They're not going to hold him on until 2 outs. And here comes Eddie Urak. Let's see what Urak can do. Urak reached on that error last inning. Was it last inning? No, that was in the 10th. We're in the 12th now. 2 innings ago. All right, here's Eddie Urak. The pitch from Alejandro Pena to Ed Urak. 6-6. You get your kicks on Route 66. Righty-ready matchup. 6-6. Fly ball out to left. Baker makes the catch. 2 down. Retreating back to first is Stapleton. Go-ahead run at first base in Stapleton. He now becomes a +1. 1 through 13. And here's Wade Boggs. Boggs. That's who you want to have up. Wade Boggs in 1983, I do believe, won the batting. Did he have enough at-bats to win the... Yeah, he must have. 582, 361. He must have won the... I think he won the batting title in 83. He hit 361. Pena deals to Boggs. Go-ahead run at Stapleton. He'll be off on contact. That's a 5-4. Does it close the door on the Red Sox and Wade Boggs? Left-handed batter, 5-4. Ground ball to third. Man, you find him... Dodgers fans puking a little bit in their mouths right now. Ground ball to third. That's a 4 and an 8. 4 and an 8 goes to the error check. And unless we roll double ones, this is an error. Because Anderson will commit now his second error unless this is double ones, and then we have to roll the white die on the split. It's an 11. So he boots his second ball in the inning. He has the goat horns if they lose this. 2 errors by Anderson keeps the inning alive. So Stapleton goes to second, even though Nichols, it was the error when Nichols was up, but they should be sitting in the dugout. Boggs reaches on the error by his counterpart, Anderson, who came in after he pinch ran for Brock, and Guerrero had to go to first. And Guerrero wasn't much better, to be honest with you, so that would have been an error either. An 11. What's Guerrero? Let's look at that for ha-ha's sake. E32. He would have made a play. Oh, well. Tough nookies. They should have won the damn game already. All right, so first and second. 2 outs, and here comes Jerry Remy to face Alejandro Pena. Can Remdog do something here? The pitch from Pena to Remy. 1-6. Pick up some sticks. Right-handed batter. 1-6. Ground ball to short. Russell has it. Order is restored. He throws to Guerrero at first, and the side is retired. By the act of God, those 2 errors do not hurt. But someone was going to hurt Anderson in the dugout if they had lost that game and been knocked out of the chance to go to the Elite Eight in this very prestigious 1&done 1983 tournament using my original card set for Strat-O-Matic Baseball. So Oil Can Boyd, who somehow got out of the bottom of the 11th, now goes to the bottom of the 12th. And you know what? Let's get one of my another least favorite Red Sox. Nothing against them personally, but Mark Clear sucked for the Red Sox. I think he pitched okay for the Angels. And maybe okay for the Brewers, but he was awful for the Red Sox. Thus, his 6.28 earned run average, 4 and 5. But we'll just get him ready. And then we have starters. So we'll put him on top. But we're gonna stick with Boyd. Maybe you got the butterflies out. The jitters might be out of Oil Can. Boyd, we go to the bottom of the 12th, and he's gonna face Kenny Landreau. No. Was it Landreau who hit the ball? No. Brock, it was Yeager flew out. They threw out at the plate, and then Anderson grounded out. Okay. So he faces Kenny Landreau. Landreau has struck out, singled, and scored, walked, and scored, and fielder's choice. All right, Kenny Landreau to face Oil Can Boyd. Will it be a walk-off? We shall see. The pitch to Landreau from Boyd. 3-4. It's going to be on the Landreau card. Right-handed pitcher. 3-4. Popped up. Foul territory. Third base side. Boggs makes the catch. 1 away. We're 2 outs away from the hard luck inning. The 13th. You gotta love this. If you don't love this, you don't love baseball, folks. Here's Steve Sachs. Boyd deals to Sachs. We speed it up just a bit. 6-7. Righty. 6-7. Single to left. And the winning run is at first in the speedy Steve Sachs. Sachs has stolen a base but was gunned out at the plate by Tony Armas. Armas has gunned out Sachs and his partner in crime up the middle, Bill Russell. So Sachs, a double-A stealer, they're going to hold him on. So double-A's -2. Anderson, Gary Allenson's a -1. So that's -3. Flip this around. That's 14. 1 through 14. There goes Sachs. And he's safe. That's a 6. Oh, I forgot to put down the T rating. Did I do that for... not that it matters. That's not 1 through 3. But yes, no, I didn't. But we'll look it up if I have to. So, Sachs steals second. He's the winning run. Second stolen base. And here's Russell with a chance to win it. They'll hold Sachs close. If we walk Russell, we go to Guerrero. Possible double play ball. But Guerrero hit 298. Russell hit 246. They will pitch to Russell with Guerrero on deck. Allenson back behind the plate. Stapleton back to first. Boggs back to third. Allenson wiggles the finger, sets the target. The pitch from Boyd to Russell. 1-10. Line shot right at Boggs at third. He bluffs the throw to second. And there are 2 outs now. So Russell hits it on the screws. First base is open. They will intentionally walk Pedro Guerrero and his 298, 32 homers, or is it 39 homers? 32 homers to face Mike Marshall at 284 and 17. Well, let's look at this over though. 77, 8, yeah. So they will pass on Pedro and pitch to Guerrero. Pitch to Mike Marshall. So an intentional walk. Again, his run means nothing. We're just going to a slightly weaker hitter. So intentional walk. Guerrero's at first. That run means nothing. Sacks the winning run at second. They'll hold him close. With 2 outs, it'll be a +1, 1 through 18. Can Tony Armas do it again if it's hit to center? Here's Mike Marshall trying to win the game. Boyd takes a deep breath just like Al Red Sox fan did. A bead of sweat down his brow. The big windup and the pitch to Mike Marshall. 2 outs, 2 on. Winning run at second. Steve Sachs. That's a 5-5. Oh, boy. Righty-righty matchup. 5-5. Ground ball slowly hit to Remy. Remy has it. He flips to Stapleton. We go to the 14th. They pitch around Guerrero, and it works. The winning run left at second and Steve Sachs. We go to the hard luck inning, the 13th. This is incredible. So Cam Boyd pitched much. It's still shaky. And he actually can go one more inning. Because Stanley, Stanley in the 8th. Boyd came in the 11th. So Stanley had 2/3 here. That made it 8, 9. So he pitched 2 2/3, Stanley. 9, 10. He came in the 11th. So 11th, 12th. And he'll pitch the 13th. So he has one more inning before he has to go point a weakness check. And it's Alejandro Pena to face Rice, Evans, and Armas. Rice has a homer and a single. It was a 2-run homer. Red Sox scored all 5 runs on homers. 2-run homer by Rice and a 3-run pinch hit homer by Rick Miller. Here's Pena to Rice. How nice. 1-8. Righty-righty. 1-8. Ground ball to short. Out number 1. Russell throws to first. And Guerrero on the 1-8. Here comes Dwight Evans. He's had a miserable day at the plate. The pitch to Dewey. Pena fires in a 1-8. Wow, we just rolled that 2 consecutive times. 1-8, and that's a strikeout. The 4th K for Evans. It's a game he wants to forget at the plate. And here's Tony Armas. Armas has also struck out twice. Grounded out twice to short. Grounded out to the... He's 0 for 5, but he has thrown out 2 runners at the plate. Let's see if Armas can go yard. 2 outs, no one on. Pena picks up the sign. Yeager sets the target. The pitch to T.A. Tony Armas. 1-6. 1-6. And a 17. That ball is launched deep to left. Dusty Baker goes racing back. He leaps. He makes the catch. Baker robs the homer of Tony Armas. 1-6. If we rolled a 1 was a homer. 2 through 20 is an out. So Dusty Baker did what Jim Rice did to him. And we go to the bottom of the 13th. Holy cow. What a great play by the candlestick maker, Dusty Baker. Wow. Unbelievable. As the beat goes on, boom, 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 boom. The beat goes on, boom. And here comes Oil Can Boyd. And he'll face Dusty Baker. How appropriate if Baker hits a walk-off here in the bottom of the 13th. It'll be Baker, Thomas, and Yeager to face the Oil Can. The pitch to Baker from Oil Can Boyd. 1-10, righty-righty. 1-10, fly ball to left, not that deep. And Rice makes the catch. 1 down. 2 outs away from the 14th. Here's Darrell Thomas. The pitch to Thomas. Boyd tosses up a 1-7. 1-7. Swing and a miss on the... He'll be batting lefty, but it's right-handed. Yep, swing and a miss. 2 down. And here's Steve Yeager. Boyd works quickly to Yeager. 3-2. How do you do? 3-2. Popped up to short. Boyd's in a groove now. Urak makes the catch. And just like that, voila, we go to the 14th. As Al Red Sox fan is now running out of room. On the top of the score sheet. We'll have to put it up here somewhere, I guess. Alejandro Pena. And it's going to be point of weakness check for Pena now. And this is his 3rd inning of work. And Boyd will have his point of weakness check next inning. So Boyd has settled in. He had a couple of shaky innings. And again, this game is still being played due to Jim Rice and Tony Armas. Great defensive plays in the field. Rice robs Baker of the game-winning homer in the bottom of the 9th. And Armas throws out Russell in the bottom of the 12th. Here comes Gary Allenson, Reed Nichols, and Dave Stapleton to face Alejandro Pena. The pitch from Pena to Allenson. 1-10, righty-righty. 1-10. Line shot right at Sachs. 1 down. 5-5, top of the 14th. The winner advances to the Elite Eight. Here comes Reed Nichols. Reed Nichols, pinch ran, stayed in the game. He's now the designated hitter. He awaits the Pena offering. Here's the pitch from Pena. Alejandro tosses up, goes with the breaking pitch, 4-10. Righty-righty, 4-10, and a 20. That's a single. Nichols waits nicely on the breaking pitch. He singles to center. So the 4-10, a double 1 through 5. We rolled a 20. That's a single, 2 stars, but there's no one on base. So Nichols picks up a hit. C. Steeler, they'll hold him close. -1, 1 through 15. Here's Dave Stapleton, the first baseman. Pena hoping for a double play ball. Sachs and Russell pinch the middle. He rocks and fires to Stapleton. 4-9. 4-9. Righty-righty. 4-9. Single to left. Here come the Red Sox. A single to left. Baker, the left fielder, has a -1 arm. Reed Nichols was being held on, so that's... well, that's only for... that is -1, so 1 through 15, 1 through 14. There are no... there's 1 out. 1 out. They'll hold Nichols. They will hold Nichols, first and second. Nichols will hold. Dodgers with bullpen action. First and second, 1 out. Here's Eddie Urak. Joe Beckwith. And Bert Happy Hooten. Their ERAs are much higher, though. And Pena is the better. They're going to stick with Pena. And hope for the double play ball. Let's see if an unlikely hero can be Ed Urak. 1 out, 2 on. 5-5, top of the 14th. Here's the pitch to Eddie Urak. We need a hero, they say. I don't think it's going to be Ed. 4-11, righty-righty. 4-11, ground ball back to the pitcher, X. That's a 2 and a 15. Will this be a double play ball to end the inning and the Red Sox threat? 2-15 goes to an error check. Pena's an E33. Holy poop. A horrible fielding pitcher, E33. And we roll the red die. He needs a very high roll here. And he doesn't get it. That's a 5. 3 through 9 and 12, a 1-base error. The bases are juiced. Pena boots the ball. And there's still only 1 out. Nichols is at third. Stapleton is at second. And reaching on the error. Second time Urak's reached on an error by a Dodger. This time Pena, the pitcher, is Ed Urak. So the bases are loaded. Bases loaded. 1 out. And here is Wade Boggs. Again, 360. Was it 368? 361. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Tense moments here. The Dodgers Double play ball gets them out of the inning. Let's see how many A's are on this. They'll play the infield in. Do we have a... Ooh, ouch. I stabbed myself with a pen. What's Beckwith against lefties? Pena's a 53. That's actually not bad. Beckwith's a 45. Hooten's a 44. 355. That's it. Here comes Joe Beckwith. So Pena is done. Lasorda goes to Beckwith. He's a little tougher on lefties. Wait. 53. I'm looking at this the wrong way, I think. Lefties. Against left-handed batters, 45. No, Pena's still tougher. Yeah, Pena's still tougher. Right. I looked at that the wrong way. They're going to stick with Pena. Here's the pitch to Boggs. Infield in. 4-11. A left-handed batter. 4-11. Fly ball left field X. Baker is a 2. A 2 and a 2. Oh, boy. He's not making the play, folks. A 2 and a 2 is a single. Baker makes the dive. He can't make the catch. It is a 2 and a 2. How do you do? 2 stars. Scoring from third is Nichols. Scoring from second is Stapleton. Going first to third is Urach. And standing at first, clapping like a kid with candy or chicken, is Wade Boggs. Baker makes the dive, can't make the catch. 2-run score for the Red Sox, and they take a 7-5 lead here in the top of the 14th, to the chagrin and shock of the Dodgers fans. So Reed scores, Stapleton scores, Urach's at third, Boggs at first with the biggest smile on his face, and you see Yastrzemski. The beat goes on. Boom, 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 boom. Yastrzemski thinking he might have another game in him. Will the Red Sox advance? Sean DeMarco booing here at Dodger Stadium. And here's Jerry Remy. Holy poop. First and third. They'll play for 2. This could be it for Pena. The pitch to the Rem Dog. 6-7 against the lefty. 6-7. Swing and a miss. 2 outs. 2 outs. The error by Pena killed him. The error by Pena. Well, Boggs might have still got the hit, but still they would have been out of the inning now. So there's 2 outs. Pena. Wow, the Red Sox up 7-5. And here's Jim Ed Rice. They're not going to load up the bases, that's for sure. Here's the pitch from Pena to Rice. 3-11. Righty. 3-11. Boom! Hit by a pitch. They come high and tight. Rice has a few words, but the bases are juiced. Order is restored. Bases are juiced. Pena just really upset. Really came high and tight and gonged Rice. And here's now Dwight Evans, bases loaded. And now I think they will go with Joe Beckwith. Pena's falling apart here. And here comes Joe Beckwith to face Dwight Evans, who has been god-awful. He struck out 4 times, knocked into a double play, and grounded to short. So Joe Beckwith comes in the game here in the 14th. And I shall be right back. What the heck? And this call to the bullpen was brought to you by Miller High Life. So here comes Joe Beckwith. Actually, he's done with his warm-up tosses. So it's Joe Beckwith, J. Beckwith, to replace Alejandro Pena, who's on the hook for the loss. And he's going to face Dwight Evans with the bases loaded. Thank you for your patience, folks. Here's the pitch to Dewey. 7-5 Red Sox here in the top of the 14th. 2 outs, bases juice. Pitch inbound to Evans, who's hoping for his first hit in a miserable game at the plate. And that is a 4-4. Does it close the door? Righty. 4. Ball 4. Unbelievable. When things go bad, they go bad. When it rains, it pours. It is now 8-5 Red Sox. Evans finally does something positive. He doesn't swing. He picks up a ribby, bases loaded walk. As Urek scores from third. And the beat goes on. Boom, 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 boom. The beat goes on. Wow. Boggs to third, Rice to second. Evans at first. So the hit by pitch. And here's Tony Armas as the Red Sox look to bat around. 2 outs, bases juice. The pitch to Armas. 3-7. Does he hit a grand salami? 3-7. Swing and a miss. So Armas day of futility again. Except he was robbed of a homer by Dusty Baker. But the Red Sox score 3 in the top of the 14th, aided by an Alejandro Pena error. And they're 3 outs away from a major upset, folks. As we have to, I got to flip all these cards. You know what? Screw that. We'll just put that like that for now. All right, so do we stick with the oil can? As it will be point of weakness check for oil can Boyd in this inning. And they're going to stick with the oil can. He can win it here. Oil can Boyd will face Anderson, Landreau, and Sachs. The pitch to Anderson. Red Sox up by 3, 8-5. Boyd fires in a 1-5. Righty. 1-5. He jammed and popped up. Remy, outfield grass, makes the catch. Red Sox 2 outs away. Red Sox 2 outs away from victory. The sounds of silence here in L.A. Here's Kenny Landreau. Boyd works quickly to Landreau. 1-11. Right-handed pitcher. 1-11. Ground ball to second. Ramey's up with it. He throws to Stapleton. 2 down. Red Sox up on the top step in the dugout. They're smelling the Elite Eight. This will be the first major upset in the Sweet 16, folks. It's up to Steve Sachs. Can he keep things alive? 2 outs, no one on. Boyd brimming with confidence now. The thin wonder. The big windup and the pitch to Sachs from oil can Boyd. He fires up a 5-6. Righty. 5-6. Ground ball to short and Eddie Urek. Oh, nuts. They finally found Eddie Urek with a defensive range play. Urek, god-awful at short. He's a 4 and an E48, so that's an automatic error almost. So a 4 and an 11. They find Eddie Urek. Falls down. So a 4 and an 11. We go to the error check. Well, it's academic here, folks. Most likely it's an error. He's an E48. We need to roll a 2. And then we have to roll a split. It's a 7. And that's an error. So the game should be over, but Ed Urek boots the ball. So many errors in this game. So Eddie Urek, that is an E6. The beat goes on. Boom, boom. And here's Bill Russell. Russell was the game-winning run thrown out at the plate by Tony Armas. In the, I think that was the 10th. Yeah, in the 10th, that would have won the game. Armas threw out 2 runners at the plate so far. Here's Bill Russell. Will he be the last out? Sachs at first. They're holding him on. Actually, they're not holding him on. They're playing behind him. Not that it matters, but they wouldn't be holding him on in this situation. Here's a pitch to Billy Russell. 3-4. Does it close the door? Righty, righty. 3-4. Ground ball to Urach. He knocks it down. He throws low. Scooped out of the dirt by Stapleton. The ball game is over. The Red Sox win. The Red Sox win. The Red Sox win. Unbelievable. In 14 innings, the Red Sox win 8-5. In an absolutely unbelievable ball game. It was wild and woolly all the way to the finish. Holy cow. As Sean DeMarco says, hit it to the shortstop. They did. Urach knocked it down like a little leaguer. Picked it up, threw frantically to first. He threw low. Stapleton was able to scoop it out of the dirt, and the Red Sox are celebrating here in L.A. They move on to the Elite Eight in an absolutely wild game. 14 innings. Rick Miller. My God, Rick Miller, a pinch hit 3-run homer to give the Red Sox a lead. Bob Stanley poops himself on the mound along with Rich Gedman behind the plate. Dodgers score 2, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. They get 2 runners thrown out, 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 10th. That would have won the game. Tony Armas stunk at the plate, but was absolutely marvelous in the field. 8-5. I don't know who to give player of the game to. We're just going to say, holy cow, in the words of the late, great Phil Rizzuto. So the Red Sox, and we're just marking this great game. A lot of fun. It was errors galore. Pitching mistakes, then pitching out at jams, big hits, homers, all guys getting thrown out at the plate, guys stealing bases. Unbelievable. Great game. Wild and woolly, as I said, to the very end. 8-5, Red Sox win. And they advance to the Elite Eight. Thank you for staying with me this long. Thank you to Sean DeMarco, Todd B., Captain Carl, Dave Little. I don't think I can scroll. I'm sorry I did not see. Mike Y., thank you very much. He says, damn Dodgers. Clinton Parks. Sports Time Machine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think it's not going to let me scroll all the way to the tippity-top. Jack Dawson, Tribes Fan 879, Peter Griffin, Thrice Cerrone, Philip Reynolds, Amish Elvis, Larry Harris, and I think we got everyone. We did. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 2 hours and 38 minutes. No one's going to rewatch this, but my God, we had fun, didn't we? And it's almost 1 a.m. I'll get my 4 hours of sleep and off to work. I shall go. So again, check out all the wonderful content creators in the chat. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone sticking around. Red Sox went 8-5. Big upset. They moved to the Elite Eight. I'll say one thing. When I looked at this, I realized the left-handed pitching would give the Dodgers tremendous trouble, and it did. The Dodgers, though, could have won it. 2 runners thrown out at the plate. Till next time, health and happiness. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. Peace! Love you all.